What I originally intended to be like a gritty detective noir became a carry-on film very quickly. Good. Okay. I've got a posh whiskey glass, which I'm just going to hold up for the camera's sake now, so people know how posh I am.
That'll be what convinces them.
Yeah, and I'll hold up the bottle as well.
They'll be like, it's a classy D&D.
Yes,
we'll watch this.
It's the Ardmore. It's the Ardmore, and it's brewed in Glasgow. So the Ardmore, if you would like to sponsor me, that would be great.
And I'm drinking a Ranjaboom because it was on offer in my corner shop. So
It's what?
I'll take that sponsorship.
A Ranjaboom?
A Ranjaboom, yeah, it's a Dutch lager. Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought it was like a Dutch version of Umbongo, by the sounds of it.
No, I would also drink that, though, I will say.
Good. So, we've all caught up with the material. Stu has just read his pages of The Elf and the Maid. Everybody else should have read their material as well. If you need anything else, just let me know. We will now recap session 5, as if it's session 6 already. So, the party entered Flamby and were accosted by people trying to sell rumours and information to tourists. After being told of the winking cat, they headed to the square to find lodging. They were then stopped by guards who told them to take their cart to the market stables and acquire their trader's permit. After bribing a stable hand, they stabled their horses and took some carrots to disperse through the city. Over at the Winking Cat, they split to gather information. Ragnar met 3 half-orcs, with one who claimed to be someone he definitely wasn't. The elves met 2 more of their kind, named Ursin and Gaspar, who were giddy and talking of meeting a duke. Caecilius attempted to learn more from a rambling drunk man, and was accosted by 2 humans, imaginatively named Dave and Rick. And Edmund tried to be friendly with 2 soldiers, only to be swindled of a gold when they escaped. The party then met Archidius, or Archie, a bounty hunter from the Expanse, who was trying to decide on his next lead, while gathering as much information as he could from the city. He asked the party if they wouldn't mind helping him get further information on a 10,000 gold bounty that he had, but only if they wanted to. The party stayed the night in the apartments, where the night air brought sounds of conversation, but nothing concrete. In the morning, they left a note regarding magic carrots. The next morning, the party made their way to the Marquesian Claws, where Edmund's status allowed them entry into what was clearly an officers' club for servicemen. The bartender, although helpful, still followed the rules of the city whilst giving information. He spoke of Frest, the lake to the east, and said it would be best be avoided at this time. When asked of the human named Winter, he claimed that such a person lives where their namesake is appropriate, but could not divulge much more for the safety of the party. Edmund, meanwhile, met 2 soldiers in military dress, having a pleasant conversation, and showing off the sword he managed to find in Coburn, much to their delight. The gang then made their way to the bookshop in the city square. There, they intimidated the elderly bookshop owner into letting go of some of his wares. Just as they had finished up their business, 2 guards entered and asked for Olin, Talius, and Gragnar to step outside to answer some questions, for what they did not know. And that is where we will start. So, Gragnar, Olin, and Talius. I assume you're coming quietly and you've left the bookshop with the guards?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do like a hand signal to Axe, who would recognise it as I'll be okay. You just watch out for yourself, that kind of thing.
Perfect. So, and Caecilius, you're happy with this as well?
Yep.
Perfect. So all 3 of you go outside.
Hands, if we remember.
Yes, you did the jazz hands of death. That we all recall. You come outside, and when you come outside, you noticed and actually remember before you went into the bookshop, you saw pairs of guards walking around. You assumed it was normal for the city, but now you're starting to think maybe it isn't. And the 2 guards in front of you turn to Gragnar first. Let's see here. Let's see. Gragnar Steelfist, is that correct?
Yes.
Could you please remove the stake you have in your person, sir?
Okay. I'll take the stake out my bag.
Okay. One of the guards takes it off you, starts inspecting it, turns to the other guard and shakes his head, hands it back to you. Thank you very much. Olin, the half-elf from Dirt, was it?
That's right.
Do you have the dagger on your person, miss, that you brought into the city?
I do.
Could you please show us the dagger, miss?
Can I ask what this is about?
I'm afraid that's confidential, miss. If you've nothing to hide, then you can just hand us over the dagger.
Don't you need a warrant?
The rules of the city are very clear on this matter. That's why we take it at the gate's entrance. Please, the dagger, and any trouble, we will have to take it to the guards station.
Yeah, I left the dagger in my room. I can go get it if you like. I mean, I didn't think I'd need to be armed today.
That's all right. You're staying at the apartments, correct?
Yes.
We have 2 guards heading over there that way now, so they'll be checking your weapons for you. And finally, Mr. Talius Oak, was it?
Yes.
I believe you have a dagger as well.
I do.
May we see that, please?
And I get it out my pocket. Yep, hand it over.
Hands it over. They inspect it. He shows it to the other guard. He shakes his head. They hand it back. Okay, thank you very much. Miss Olin, we will find out shortly if you do not need to be brought in for further questioning. But now to business. And the other guard, who was the guy... So there was 2 guards. There was one who was taking your weapons, and there was another guard who was being shown the weapons. That guard now takes out what looks like a bulging leather coin purse. The first guard says, in keeping with the rules of the city, any information you have regarding the matter we are about to discuss will be paid generously by the guards of the city. Unlike the rules you are accustomed to, though, the information you give us must be solid. These cannot be classified as rumours. All information will be fact-checked, and if you are found to be lying, you can be fined and imprisoned. Is all that understood?
Yep.
Yes.
And at this point...
Do you want to go somewhere more private?
No. This will be fine. And at this point, he beckons through the window to Axe and... who else are we missing? Edmund.
He's got his face pressed against the glass, listening as hard as he can.
So he beckons to you both to come out into the street as well.
Okay.
He explains the same thing to you and says,
same.
Now, the first question is, did any of you have any business with a gentleman named Idis Moran?
I don't believe so.
No.
Are they performing under any aliases?
The 2 guards look at each other and then look at you, Talius, and they say, we have it on good authority, Mr. Oak, that you were spotted speaking with Mr. Moran yesterday. Is this true?
Was he the silent fella?
As a DM, which silent fella do you mean?
Was this the guy in the pub who was like kind of mumbling to himself?
So when you say that, they say, yes, Mr. Moran had recently developed a drinking problem. Did you know him personally?
I tried talking to him yesterday. No. Sorry, Paul. Second. What was the name of the bar again?
It was the Winking Cat.
I cannot remember.
The Winking Cat.
It was the Winking Cat. Sorry.
Cat.
Taking note. Thank you. No, when we were in the Winking Cat, that was quite busy at that time of day. Went over the empty table, except for Mr. Moran. Didn't know his name. I tried making conversation with him. He just kept mumbling about a few things.
At this point,
not making much sense at all.
At this point, the second guard opens the coin purse, and you can now see it's filled to the brim with gold pieces. And they say, Mr. Oak, can you recall anything you discussed with Mr. Moran last night?
Yeah, he was saying about he was in search of a bounty. I think again, a lot of this wasn't making much sense.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned the number 1,000, something about a paladin. That's all I say for now.
Okay. The guard pulls out a gold piece and puts it into your hand.
Woohoo!
Thank you very much, Mr. Oak. Anybody else? Do any of you have any more information about what you discussed with Mr. Moran yesterday?
Yeah, I heard that he was searching for a magic carrot.
The two of them kind of look at each other and say, unfortunately, information about the magic carrots has only recently come to this city, and therefore we can't take that as verified information for now.
Well, okay, your loss.
In theory, if he was discussing a magic carrot, do you have any specifics on what those discussions were?
Yeah, he'd heard that they can bring great strength and vigor. And he was looking for one for this bounty, to help him.
They turn to each other. You can hear the second one say, the bartender did say he had a magic carrot as well. And the other one says, we don't think the magic carrot is a lead at this point, but thank you very much. And they don't give you any gold for
Okay.
that.
Worth a try.
They kind of look at each other and say, if there's nothing else, Miss Olin, we will go and inspect your dagger. I believe there shouldn't be any problems, but if there are, somebody will be coming to speak to you further. Is that all right?
Yep, no problem.
Wonderful. The guard ties up the coin purse, slips it into his pocket, and says to you, and they just say, good day to you both, and to the rest of you as well. And they leave.
Well, that was...
Well, that was strange.
I flicked my coin quite happily. Like, woohoo!
Drinks are on Casilius.
Well,
Sounds like a plan. Edmund puts his arm around Casilius' shoulder and kind of starts walking him towards the nearest pub. Come on, lad, off we go.
So if you recall, the nearest pub is still the Winking Cat, which is just on the other side of the square. Is that where you'd all like to head, or what would you like to do?
Should we go there and ask the barman about the mumbly guy?
Well, I think if they've managed to chase us down to ask about the mumbly guy, and they already said about the carrots and the barman, they've either already been there, or they're still there questioning him. So it could have quite a high guard presence in the Winking Cat.
Yeah, that's true. And for full disclosure, I lied. I do have my dagger on me, so...
Oh, no.
We should probably go.
I think it's time we continued east then, isn't it, really?
If they were inspecting weapons, sounds like something's happened.
Yeah.
Like he's got stabbed or something.
Yeah.
Should we investigate? Could it have been the
It
nonce?
depends. Did you stab him?
I don't think so.
Who's
as long as
him?
your knife's not like covered in blood or out. Then, that's
do you
good enough
think?
for me.
Do you think this guy's,
I mean, they seem to
Maybe
imply
so.
that,
Maybe they're
right?
looking for the murder weapon. What were they doing? Checking to see if the murderer still had blood all over their knife. This knife has got blood on it. You did it. Wouldn't
Or
wouldn't put
checking if
past
it
this
matches the
town.
wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, can I find, can I just say to the guys, will you just gather around while I just check? My dagger is clean and...
Yep. Would you like to take out your
Hold
dagger,
that all
Olin?
around you so no one can see.
Yeah, can I check my dagger?
Yep. Take your dagger out and make an investigation check.
Okay, can I see any blood?
This is a crit fail.
Just to check. 19.
19.
So hope it.
You take a look and you notice, actually, the dagger in your pocket is a lot shinier than you remember it being. And you think, wow, I really do take care of my things. but no
Oh,
blood.
yeah, but I don't.
No,
Oh.
no recent signs of use. Just you think, oh wow, daggers are really shiny, good for me, and that's it.
Okay. By the way, guys, I also left my rapier and shortbow on our carroty cart.
There's under the carrots, though, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But if the stable,
Axilya.
if the other horses got really hungry,
I have just a quick question for the DM. Do we
Yes.
actually did they give us our weapons back, or did we have to hand them all in?
No, they gave me back.
Oh, thank goodness.
So yeah, you saw that everybody entering the city, yeah, they declare their weapons and then they're handed right back. And you weren't there, Stu.
Okay.
So the idea being that because it's the city of rumours, because everybody declares their weapons on arrival, violent crime is rare because people will always snitch because people can always make money.
Oh, I see. Of course, that makes
Yes,
sense.
there we go.
yeah.
You
So-
see Edmund start like he's left the oven on, and then he puts his hand on the hilt of his sword and just goes, "Whew!" Like he's forgotten his sword.
So were the guards asking the three of us because we are the ones who have the short, stubby implements, whereas everyone else has
Yeah.
longer.
They didn't
Yeah.
inspect my flail.
They did
small.
not.
Small, spiky weapon.
Mhm.
Mm,
They're looking for
Oh.
something specific.
mm. It could have been a stake or a dagger.
Where did this drunk guy say the bounty was?
Was he the?
If I remember correctly, we've been sent northwest and northeast for this paladin.
Oh,
We finished
okay.
looking in the
Mm.
northwest. I don't think we've inspected the northeast quite as yet. So maybe we should go, or we could just leg it.
I don't think let's have a wander around the northeast of Flamby, see if anything
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
jumps out.
Yeah.
We could come out of this quite wealthy.
Ah.
If we play our cards right.
True.
We could get your weapons as well, Olin, if you want to.
Yeah,
In the
that's-
stable.
That's a good idea. I'll go and do that. I'll go to the stable first.
Okay. Is that where you want to go then? The stable?
Yeah, sounds good.
Are we going as a group?
I think it's probably best for us to stick
Yeah,
together.
it's-
Yeah,
We'll
perfect.
definitely
So-
stick together, yeah.
Thanks, gang.
You follow
Stuff is
the
afoot.
roads. You head back to the northeast wall, and Olin, I'd say you're leading the charge. So make a perception check.
Okey-doke. Oh. 4?
A 4. Yeah,
Yep.
everything looks pretty good. You know, some other traders are opening their garages, and everybody's a lot quieter than usual. People are very chatty yesterday, but people aren't as chatty today. But yeah, nothing seems too odd for now.
Yeah. Okey-doke. Alright then, well, we'll head towards where our cart is parked, I guess.
Yep. So,
Are we leaving the city or are we leaving the cart in the...
I think we're
Is
going
it
to
the
go
northwest
investigate
of Flamby?
Yeah, I thought it was outside of Flamby.
I thought it was inside Flamby.
Yeah,
I thought it was
No,
inside.
no. Sorry. Yeah, the rumours you've heard were northwest and northeast of the city itself.
Oh.
None of the bounties you've been told of, as far as you're aware,
Are in Flamby.
are in the actual city.
If ever you were the only one who actually heard that properly.
Put it up now rather than when we spent ages just investigating the city.
Thanks for that.
That's okay.
Are we wanting to grab the cart then?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless we want to do any investigations on the dead guy.
I don't know if we're
If
going to
he
be able
is,
to
yeah,
get
we don't even know
near.
if he's dead yet. He might not be, but
Mm.
And where would they take him if he was dead?
He'll be
Maybe we should-
guarded up in the watch house, I'm guessing. We could maybe try and persuade ourselves to help them search, but
Risky.
yeah.
maybe we should just go to, I suppose with all of these hidden weapons, this is the awkward situation. So we could go back to the pub and ask the landlord what's happened, because he didn't like he was getting ready to leave the pub, did he? He might still be there. We've just And he's
Well,
not dead.
there was Dave and Rick.
Ah, bless him. Good lads.
Mm.
Like,
So what would
they told me
we
to
like
leave that guy alone.
what would we like to do?
I think goes to the cart. Goes to the cart.
Okay.
Get Olin's weapons, and then
Yep.
do we want to head northwest then?
I think so.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
northeast.
Aye.
Oh yeah, northeast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head through to the stables, and as I say, everything seems completely normal. You get to the wooden garage. You can see that your horses are still stabled and they're munching on some hay. You open up the wooden doors to the cart, and the cart is completely empty.
Oh pants.
Did we, apart from your weapons, Olin, did we leave anything else here? I took everything.
Carrots.
Of mine
Just the
with me.
carrots.
And the carrots.
Somebody want to make an investigation
Where's the
check,
stable
please?
boy?
I'm gonna make an investigation check.
Hang on. I put my hand on your shoulder.
Oh,
Guidance.
I got a crit.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Got a crit.
Nice.
Okay.
You're welcome. Crit plus 4.
Yes.
Very
So
good.
that'll be 26, so let's say. Plus crit.
Nice.
So, Caecilius, you noticed that you had been given a lock to put on the door that has been carefully jimmied open. The cart is completely empty. Nothing remains. No weapons. No carrots. However, there is a single piece of paper. You pick it up, and it says, "Thanks for the magic carrots, suckers."
Well,
From the city.
We started a rumor.
and can you tell with your fantastic role, Kaizidis, can you tell anything about who might have written it?
The penmanship, what colour the ink's in, what kind of paper it's on.
The ink is black. The paper looks like it's been torn off something. So it's not like typical parchment. It's like they've ripped parchment off somewhere. And the handwriting...
Is there anything on the back of it?
There's nothing to indicate that it's from any particular place. The handwriting itself, the way it's scrawled, and I believe, Caecilius, you have a calligrapher's kit. You do. You have a
I
calligrapher's
do.
The way it's scrawled, you can tell this is not obvious, and it's obviously being a thief. This is not someone who's from the nobility. They can read and write, sure, but they can't read and write very well.
Okay.
Oh, is it all like misspelled and letters are written backwards? And
It's
stuff?
not necessarily misspelled, but it's not great. It's just not great handwriting.
Like suckers is spelt with 2 K's.
Sukkaz, S-U-K-K-A-Z.
Yeah, with a Z. Suckers.
Yes. There we go.
Right. Important question. The horses are fine.
The horses are absolutely fine. They're munching on hay.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
well, there's a relief.
Make an
Who
intelligence
did you
check.
tell about the magic carrots?
Hold on. Because
We told pretty much
everyone.
everyone.
yeah, you told.
Yeah.
Caecilius, make an
Pretty
intelligence
much
check.
everyone.
Intelligent. Just straight intelligence. No
Just straight
modifiers.
intelligence, yeah.
12.
12. So yeah, looking at the horses, and then you look down and see all the other horses, and you think to yourself, actually, yeah, it would make sense. I imagine horses are a lot harder to steal in this place than, say, a bunch of carrots, which normally cost a couple of copper.
Okay.
So that's what you do.
You told in the pub though. Potentially doesn't know we had a cart. Just for consideration.
Mm.
Is the stable hand around?
Make a perception check. Gragnar.
Yeah, I'll also look. So.
Okay, Gragnar and Oli make perception checks.
Guidance.
Edmund
Guidance.
starts.
Everyone.
Edmund starts. Good hustle, guys, on everybody's hand. Good hustle.
21.
You
Yeah,
get
I got
guidance.
14.
You get guidance.
What did you get,
Everyone gets
Gragnar?
14.
14, Olin.
21.
21. You look around, the stable hand doesn't seem to be around. In fact, you're starting to wonder, was he even a real stable hand? The only person you see nearby is a grizzled-looking dwarf, quite a bored-looking dwarf. And the reason it's a dwarf is because I forgot they're a D&D character and I've not introduced them yet. So yes, there are dwarves in this world. And this is the first one you see, and he's in the corner, looking a bit bored, arms folded.
Oh, look at him, being all short and broad.
Yeah, exactly. And where he stood so he has a view of like the entire of the market stables.
Do I see this dwarf as well?
Yeah, I'll point him out.
Yeah,
we'll point him out
I
when
say
we
he's
get back
been pointed out.
Okay. As a man fluent in Dwarvish, I'm going to go up to him and speak in his native tongue.
now. Oh, nice.
And what will you say?
Hey, excuse me, and get his attention. But not tapping on his shoulder because,
Sounds like classic tourist dwarf.
Yeah, he turns to you and says, "Hey, can I help you?"
In Dwarvish, I go, "Hi, sorry, we parked up our cart here." This is like awkward, kind of sounding a bit awkward when I'm saying this. You didn't happen to see if anyone was messing around with it at all, did you?
He says to you, "Why the heck are you talking to me like that? Just use the common tongue, you freak."
And then in common, sorry, didn't mean to offend. Still, did you see anyone messing around with the cart over there?
I might have done.
Okay, I give him a silver.
A silver? What have you lost, pal?
Some carrots?
Aye, I've heard about the carrots. And you think a silver's gonna find out where they are?
Alright. How much for
Flamby, man.
information on the carrots?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't get your name, by the way. What's your name? Sorry, I'm Axilya, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The name's Winton.
Anyway. Winton.
Winton.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'll wave over the rest of the party.
I
Go, hi, these are
see,
my friends.
Funky bunch, aren't you?
Are we all over? Wait,
Yep.
you guys come over. Cool.
Oh,
hi.
yeah.
This is Winton.
A pleasure,
Nice
I
to meet you,
suppose.
Mr. Dwarf.
Aye. So,
He's got information on the carrots, but
I might have
I look at-
information. I don't know.
I look at Edmund and go, but it's Flamby.
Oh. That's the exact noise Edmund makes, by the way, whilst rolling his eyes so heavily that they can also be heard moving. Ah.
So, do you actually want to find
What
out?
to tell us then?
Well, I've got nothing to tell you
a
at the moment.
silver isn't. A silver's not loosening your tongue.
Well, you just got a gold from the policeman. Give it to him.
Oh.
I give him the gold.
He goes,
Then I look at
okay,
Edmund and go, "Drinks are on you, Edmund."
that's more like it. Yeah, I might have seen something. It was earlier on, mind. About, well, it was still dark, put it that way.
Right, so it was night time then.
That's usually what dark means, eh?
What, was it early morning? Or was it a specific time would be good?
Oh, my
Give me a
memory's
little
quite
roll.
hazy,
Come
do you know what I mean?
God damn it. Axilya, give him another gold.
I look with a very flushed, embarrassed yet slightly angry face at Edmund and go, and I give him a gold.
You already told him your name was Axilya.
Yeah, it's about...
Sorry about me. You telling him it's good.
It happened about, I'd say a couple of hours after midnight. I'm not really a sleeper, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I was having I was smoking a pipe at the time, and saw your wee fella there. He was nimble with his hands, managed to get the lock to drop, and he went in, came out. Didn't see what he looked like, though. What did I? It was so long ago now, I can't even remember.
Edmund pings a goal across. What did he look like?
Well, how can I put this? Looks a bit like you, fella.
What, me?
Yeah,
A
you.
human?
No, not at well. Maybe a human, but it was in your garb. Do you know what I mean?
Oh God.
What,
No.
Soldier.
Oh no! Wasn't that fake soldiers again? Was it?
Aye, I've heard about them. Yeah, could have been, but it was a bit dark, as I say. Do dwarves have night vision?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was dark.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a cotton picking. Oh, just throw him another gold. Just tell us everything you know. Come on, that's 4 gold
Okay.
now. This is
Yeah, that's
extortion.
fair enough. Look, all I saw, I'm not lying, it was a couple of hours after midnight. Some guy dressed like a soldier came through. He unlocked your place. He took all the carrots. I'm pretty sure he had something else on him. I didn't see what. And then he went off into the night laughing. Oh, and he wrote something on a piece of paper as well.
On a what, sorry?
A piece
And
of
what
paper.
direction did he?
Papyrus.
Oh.
Whatever you want to call it.
And when he left, which direction did he go?
He points to the right, which would be, to the east.
Well, at least we know which way we go. I suppose you could have just turned around immediately after that, then, couldn't you?
I guess it's worth going in that direction to start with.
See if we can pick up a trail, perhaps. Anyone good at tracking? And I look around at the group.
Wait, before you do anything, and Edmund, he gives you a gold and says, "Those carrots really magic?"
Oh, I don't know about these sort of things. I'm just a soldier, mate. No magic farmer, me.
Hey.
To ask the ladies.
They were definitely magic.
I thought they were. And then he says, "I gotta go now. I'll see you later."
That seems a bit dodgy.
Bye.
Mhm.
And he walks away. Quite fast.
Farewell. Right, can we follow him? I think we should.
Yeah, do you want to follow him?
I think we
Yeah,
should.
I'll say, why don't I follow him closer than the rest of you, and then can I roll stealth?
Yeah,
So that he maybe
you
doesn't
you
see
roll
us
you
follow
roll
him.
a stealth. I'll roll a perception against it.
I rolled a 9, so
Okay, let's see
and
what
that's with a
happens.
7.
Oh, he got an 18. So
Yeah.
as you start stealthing behind him, he sees that you guys are starting to follow him, and he goes, "Shit!" And then he starts into a run.
I'll leg it after
Chase
him.
him.
You'll
Yeah,
leg it
there we
after
go.
him. All right. Make an athletics check. Wait, who's running after him?
I am.
I'll
Edmund's
also
angry
run.
with the
Okay,
entire
Olin,
city.
Olin and Edmund both roll athletics checks.
Can I roll acrobatics instead and do some fancy rolls and stuff? Because I have a better modifier.
If you can describe to me how an acrobatic display would catch up to this dwarf faster, I will allow it. But you must convince me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's gonna be like Assassin's Creed, where I,
Parkour.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna like jump on the top of markets, roofs and
Yep, okay.
climb windows and yep.
Stu,
And let's
you
go
roll an
like
athletics.
original.
Ariel, you do an
Oh,
acrobatics.
I
Yeah,
rolled a 12.
Okay.
I got a
Head
17.
Arms
Okay.
at the side, just pumping.
Oh! Okay, so this is what happens. So Edmund, being the soldier he is, starts running, and he's quite fast, but with all this armour and his age, he gets out of breath quite easily. Olin, you
steps
seeing
later.
this, you make use of the low houses of Flamby. You manage to hoist yourself up, jump off a shop sign, and make it to the roofs where you can start to follow the dwarf through the streets. I'd say the speed you're going at, you're heading about, on the map, you're just about here. So just through the alleyways. As you jump from one to the other, you look down, and you've lost him. He rolled higher, so you just nearly saw where he was going, but you've lost him just around here. And because you're on the roof now, he could have ran in any direction from this point.
Okay, are there lots of people down below? Has he kind of got lost in a crowd?
Not necessarily, no. They're very thin
Okay.
alleyways.
He's just got
and
hidden,
he's
yeah,
he's
that's
most
fair.
likely knows these a lot better than you do.
Yeah. All right. Well, worth a try. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go back to
absolutely.
the group, and then I'll at least be like, Olin will like elbow Axe and be like, "Did you see that? That was pretty cool. I know I lost him, but that was still cool."
It's awesome. Yep.
Axe, very enthusiastically.
Yeah.
Axe, who has had to deal with Olin pulling this shit for the past however many years, goes, "Yeah, really cool, Olin. Yeah, as always." So, what would we like to do next?
Sorry, I'm being thick. Did we say that this paladin was in the city in the northeast or out of the city?
He's as the DM. He is outside of the city. There is no bounty within the city of Flamby. Don't worry, that's okay.
Right.
It's probably my
I
fault for
think
not
we
explaining.
should go get the cart and head out the city for a bit.
Aye.
Okay, so you still want to take the
Maybe
cart? That's fine.
development.
Don't we need to replace some weapons that have been stolen, or have you got enough? Edmund, kind of like, is it Olind? Is it you who'd lost your weapons?
Oh yeah, I did lose my weapons. So
Yeah,
if we
what have you
leave,
lost?
can I maybe go and buy some new weapons? I lost a rapier and a short bow.
Blacksmith on the way out, and a farrier. Oh, no, farrier's a horse person. Sorry, boy.
There'll be a farrier. I can imagine whether we've got the thing stable, but I don't think they'll have many weapons in.
No, that may not. It might have
yeah.
hammers. Make
Hammers,
horseshoes
yeah.
with.
True.
So, where-
Also, we should probably buy some food at some point to keep us going, since we haven't got the carrots anymore.
Good point.
Edmund pulls a handful of
rations.
carrots out of his pocket. I've still got these. Here you go.
I'm not sure how long that'll last us, though.
That is a very good point. All right.
So, where would you guys like to go?
Well, some blacksmith and a general store of some sort, I reckon.
Yeah, shall we split up, make it faster, or shall we just stick together?
There's nowhere I need to go. I could keep an eye on the cart, or I think it's probably gonna be fine as it is. But up to you guys.
Well, why don't Casilius and I get the cart ready and walk it towards the edge of town, and
Yep.
you guys can get supplies, and then we meet up at the gates.
Yeah, sure. That sounds
Which
good.
side of the gates? Inside the gates or outside the gates?
Inside, and then we'll head out.
Right. We'll
together.
see you at the gates in a bit.
Okie doke.
Cool.
All
So,
right.
as
So,
they...
shall we go to the blacksmith or the general store first? Gragnar, why don't you choose?
Let's go to the blacksmith.
Blacksmith it is.
Right.
Sharpen your flail.
Do you know where the blacksmith is?
No.
I'll turn to one of the rumours sellers, chuck a copper his way, and just be like, "Where's the blacksmith?"
He looks at you, just says, "Winding Market, everything you'll need will be there, pal. Winding Market."
Oh my days. Okay, yeah, we'll just go there then.
Oh, we haven't been to the Winding Market yet, have we? We've heard about this place. Maybe we should all go to the Winding Market first.
Yeah, that's a good
Cart'll be
point.
fine.
Yeah.
In a separate conversation, I could say with Edmund while we're waiting for them. Should we head to the Winding Market and see what?
Or,
they've got
or
to
we'll
say
shout
away?
back.
Yeah,
We'll shout back and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, guys."
Winding Market.
So then we can go
Let's
together.
do it.
Do you remember where the
Right,
Winding
we'll go
Market
to the
is?
Winding Market.
That's what we're doing.
Do you remember
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
is?
we do. We got told. It's in the streets that wind. Looking back at my notes.
I swear that was northeast of the city.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was
Maybe not.
northeast.
It was northeast. Yeah, 'cause you remember, that's
Yeah.
fine. So yeah,
Mhm.
so your head is to around this area, and yeah, they weren't kidding. Like every single alleyway, every single corner turns onto more markets, but it's very quiet. There's only a few stores around, and not many shoppers at all. The hustle and bustle that was described to you isn't here. Could be that it's early morning, but since you've never been before, you also think maybe it's down to the guard presence, and even now you see these pairs of guards going up to people, some exchanging of coin, some nods, some thanks, and then they walk on again.
So just because I realise I lied to the guards, can I do something? I have a disguise kit. Can I disguise myself to look just a little bit different so that they wouldn't
With
notice it was
cloaks
me?
back.
Yeah. How do disguise kits work? Do you have to make a roll for them?
I can't remember. I think.
Check.
Find out. I just realised though, Olin.
Oh,
Was it
okay.
your weapons?
They
They might not sell weapons. If everything's been checked in.
Oh yeah, you probably just have to register them or something and sign, that I won't murder people contract.
You can't sign that then.
Mate, I'm not doing a background check.
Oh, I can
None
sign
of that,
it.
Alex.
I can sign it, just not truthfully. Yeah.
We'll see what they've got.
I'll just put Olin from dirt.
Okay. So in terms of if you want to use a disguise kit, it's you get to add your proficiency bonus to any check used to disguise yourself. So I'd say it would probably be
Deception?
Or
performance?
I'd say either a
Stealth?
performance or a dexterity check. A general dexterity check. Because I imagine it's how well you can work with your hands.
Okay, we'll go dex then.
And what would you like to disguise yourself as?
I'll disguise myself as a bumbling human.
A bumbling human, very good.
Yeah. A very average human woman who, you just think, that's what an average human would look like.
Okay.
With the eyes of an elf.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, then Olin doesn't care.
Make Marquesia great again. Can we see a blacksmith?
Well, I was going to say, have you done the roll yet, Ariel?
Oh, sorry, 17.
17. Yeah, so very easily you managed to pin your ears back. You managed to change your hair colour as well, and you now look just like an average human woman. So, going through the white markets, there's not many shops. You can see one place that sells weapons, but there's not a lot. You can see there's a fella, and he's got all of his weapons laid out in front of them, and they're all attached to a chain, and the chain is actually attached to the table as well. So you can see, the security here on weapons is a bit higher than you're used to seeing. Would you like to go to him, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Yes. So you can see on the table there is a dagger, there is a hand axe, there is a short sword, and there is a sickle.
Okay, I'm gonna say to him, "Hello there. I am an average human woman, and I am very interested in." And then, can I use the thieves' cant to say something that would possibly trigger entrance into his back room full of better weapons?
Yeah, what would you like to say to him?
Cool.
Yeah, I'll just say, have you got any of the good stuff?
Okay, so you say to him, I'm an average woman looking for some weapons, and then in thieves' cant, have you got any of the good stuff? He looks at you and says, good morning. I am an average man. What was that last thing you said?
Oh, pants. I said, nice weather today.
Yes.
Can I have that short sword?
Yes, certainly. That would be 8 gold pieces, please.
Yeah, actually, they're looking at it. Do you have a rapier or anything?
No, just what we have here. I'm afraid that weapon stock's a bit low at the moment. It always is around these parts. Just what you see, just the dagger, the hand axe, the short sword, and the sickle, I'm afraid.
And you are the only weapon seller here?
At the moment, if you wanted all the big stuff, you'd have to wait until the night time when the winder market kicks off.
Until what?
The night time, the time when it gets dark.
Sorry, my average human brain cannot handle that.
It's also my microphone, but yeah.
That's weird. So what? You only sell weapons at night in Flamby?
Well, the winding markets kicks off at night. I mean, there's people like me and that fellow over there, and he points to a bored-looking guy who's just selling bread. We try and get the day revelers, but the proper winding market always kicks off at night.
Oh, it's a night market. None
Yeah.
of the rumour people said that, did they?
Oh, did you ask him?
They are dreadful.
We said, "Where's the market?"
What kind of markets at night?
Yeah, night
The
market.
best darn market in town.
It's the Soho of Flamby.
If it's so alive at night, like, are you just here to fill in the very small businesses? Like, would it make more sense you guys being open at night time?
Oh, we do. I've
Sell
got
more
a few
weapons.
colleagues, and they'll open the market up tonight. I'm just doing the day shift today. 'cause-
Okay.
And you only can sell 4 weapons during the day, but at night your stock weirdly gets bigger.
Well, yeah, we've obviously got a bigger guard presence then as well. And as they say, the more people, the more rumours. And then he holds his finger up to his mouth.
Okay. So what
mean-
if we had to leave before nightfall and couldn't see the rest of the stock, even though we could pay very good prices?
I don't doubt it, but even I don't know what stock we'll have tonight. We tend to get a different shipment every day.
Right.
Okay. Then I'll turn to the group and say, wait, what time is it, DM?
I'd say it's like 9, just becoming 10 a.m.
Oh, so long till the evening.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
we
turn to
can't.
the group and say, yeah, it's...
I've got
It's
a
not
dagger
good.
you can use until you
Yeah.
can replace you.
Yeah,
I've got a dagger.
Edmund holds out his javelin and goes, "I've got a javelin."
Where were you hiding
I haven't even used it. It's been strapped to my pack.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
Edmund's
Edmund's
That's all right.
ranged weapon is a javelin, yeah.
You can have first throw if you like.
That's very generous, thank you.
There you go. Have a javelin.
Oh,
You don't
that-
have to throw it. You can poke people with it as well.
now, as appealing as that sounds, I'll let you carry it for now for me, Edmund, but thank you.
All
I've
right,
just
you just say
realised.
the word. You just say the word, and the javelin's all over.
Olin, if your weapons have disappeared, and were they checked in when we came into the city, or were they hidden?
They were hidden.
Okay,
Mhm.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
if they end up getting used for something.
Yeah, no, I just completely forgot to pick them up off the cart and have been kicking myself since. So
Did you send the serial numbers off?
a long time ago, Edmund, don't you worry.
Phew. Well, at least there's that.
Yeah, they can't be
Well-
traced back to me.
If we head northeast, if we do find this paladin, I'm sure we can get you some replacements there as well.
Yeah, it's just on the road. Will we be able to, kill anything that, attacks us?
Oh, we will. Don't you worry. And Edmund pats his sword and then kind of offers a prayer to the god of war.
Don't worry, we'll be fine, says Edmund
It
as he
freaks you.
literally prays to God. Oh God, please no.
No, the difference with Edmund is he's praying that terrible conflict will occur because that's
Of
literally
course,
his jam.
yes, of course. Okay, where would
Right.
we like to go next then?
Do we want to head back to get the cart to then head northeast and check this out?
Yeah, grab some
Or
food
we,
though
or we
first.
wait a day. Well, there's a bread seller. There's the board bread seller.
Yeah, there is the
Oh,
bored-looking bread
Mm.
seller.
Yeah,
He
we
needs
should
the
get some-
business.
we should get some bread.
Yo,
Support-
I'm a
Yeah,
supporter
he
of the bread.
needs.
Edmund
Hey.
Very good.
Yo, Breadman, what have you got?
Hold on,
Don't say bread.
let me just check.
Did you say dough? Didn't say bread.
You go over, he goes, hi.
You're
Welcome.
not getting a rise out of me, Axilya.
Well,
Please tell
welcome,
me this is happening in front of the bread salesman.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
welcome to
This
the,
is making me turn quite sour.
welcome Welcome to the bread stall. Are you all finished with your bread-related puns now?
You must have heard them all, mate, haven't you?
Yeah. They're
It's
not
the
very
yeast
good.
we could do.
Oh.
Did you want to buy some bread, or are you just here to torment me?
What bread have we got? Is it just just loaves?
We've
Can I have a
got.
wholemeal
You can have.
loaf, please.
I've got rye bread with some ham and some cheese, or I've got this lovely bread that I stuff with bacon, or you've just got regular bread, which is like the bacon stuffed bread, but you've not got any bacon stuffed in it.
Well, what's the point of that? I'll have the bacon stuffed.
Thank you.
Could I just have the bread without the bacon?
Thank you.
Oh man, you're not living.
It will be 3 silver pieces for your bacon stuffed bread, sir.
What? What were they? Royal pigs or something?
You could always have the not stuffed bacon bread.
Oh,
And how much
that's not even on the table. Not an option. All right, 3 silver. Here you go.
So 3 silver, you get your bacon stuffed bread. And you, sir, you said you wanted your bacon stuffed bread without bacon?
Yeah, before. Don't remove the bacon from the bacon stuffed bread because I think I'll end up paying.
You
pretty
watch
silver
as
for it. You said that was-
you watch as he lets go of the bacon he was just about to remove and says, "Oh, actually, yeah, that would speed things up. Here you are." And he just gives you a piece of bread that hasn't been stuffed with bacon. 1 silver piece, please.
And I hand him 1 silver piece.
Would anybody else
Right.
care for bread?
Yeah, I'll take all the cheese, please.
Of course. Here is all your cheese. That will be 5 copper pieces, please.
Yeah, and I'll also take some bread. Axe, what do you want?
Feeling adventurous, are we? That will be another
Can we-
silver piece. Yes.
Can I have 2 bacon stuffed bread, please? But can I have it? Any chance that can be done for 5 silver?
You want 2 of my bacon stuffed breads for 5 silver? Even though I said they were 3 silver. Well, I don't know. But okay, I'm not doing anything else today. There you are. 5 silver pieces, please. Make sure you're taking this all out your wallets, otherwise, again, there will be fines.
I did.
Hang on now, hang on. Well, then I paid 3 silver. I'll have
Yes.
another bacon bread for 2 silver, so I get the same deal.
I'm afraid that's not the deal, sir. You should have said if you wanted that beforehand.
And then Edwin just kind of turns around and wanders off muttering about Flamby.
And you, green man, would you like some bread or some cheese or some bacon in the bread?
I'll just have some normal bread, please.
Normal bread for the not normal green man. Yes, that will be 1 silver piece, please.
Yep.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure doing business with you all, whoever you are.
Likewise.
You don't know who I am.
Thank you. You don't know who we are.
I know.
Okay.
Who are you?
I'm the bread man.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'd surmised as much. I just bought bread off you. Bacon bread.
And bacon.
Yeah, don't.
I could have been the bacon
Yeah.
man.
This is cracked me up.
Apologies, of course.
For what?
You could...
I am the bread man.
Do you? What kind of cheese is this, by the way, that I just bought?
Have you heard of
man.
cows?
Once upon a time.
It's that kind of cheese.
Okay,
It's cow cheese.
Nice.
cow cheese. Well, that does help a little bit.
Do you like bacon's made from
Barrels of
pigs?
cow.
Yes,
Yeah, cheese is made from cows.
from actual cows.
I don't know
Not
the
in
science
same
of
way,
it.
though.
He's definitely not the cheese man. He doesn't know anything about cheese.
No.
No, the cheese man was my father. please move to another NPC.
I think it's time to be
Oh,
on
man.
our adventures.
Oh, I'm bringing him back. I'm going to give him a name. No, I'm not. He's just going to be
Yeah. Can we ask his name?
It's Breadman.
You may call me. You may call me Breadman, son of cheese man. Don't worry, he'll come back. I'm going to underline his name as well.
Breadman,
Oh,
son
man.
of Cheeseman.
Whoa! Cheeseman was my father. Oh.
Hang on, if he was Scottish, he'd be Breadman McCheeseman. Is what he'd be.
And what if he was Danish? He'd what be? Breadman, Cheeseman's son.
Yeah, Cheeseman's son. Nice.
Oh man. Okay. So you've all got enough. He's muted himself. Oh man. You've all got enough. Bloody hell. Food for the next day or so. And I'll say you've got enough carrots because I'm not having this again.
See, part of me's thinking you've taken this guy's nicked the carrots just so you didn't have to bother with the DMing of this carrot. It's just like, you know what? They've been stolen.
It's going to turn out like the head honcho of the entirety of Flamby is Carrot Man.
Yeah.
The son of Bread Man. Alright.
Okay, so you've got enough food, I'll say. Now, those weapons are still there, but I'm glad you don't want them, so you've shared them out. So where would you like to head to next?
Oh, are we off for now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you head towards the gate. I'd say, yeah, you've got the cart done and all sorted with the horses. The Muffin Man, come on, Pete. Come on. Trying to hold it together here. And as you get to the gate, there's 2 guards either side. And they say, hold on. Where are we going, guys? Out. Right.
And Edmund holds his hand out for a copper because he's just giving information.
The guards look at you and say, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Mr. Geraldson.
Literally, come on. Yes, Edmund Geraldson.
They look at each other and say, however, and one of them does pull out the sack of coins. We would appreciate if you did tell us where you were going.
We're heading to Aquaria. East.
When will you be returning to the city?
Well, I don't know about this lot, but I'm not planning on it.
Stu, could you make a persuasion check, please?
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second. 11.
They can look at each other and say, if Aquaria is where you're heading, ladies and gentlemen, we will be sending a message to the city to keep an eye on you while you're there. We're saying this out of honesty. We're still in the midst of an investigation. If you do not arrive in Aquaria within a reasonable amount of time, we will assume that you have fled somewhere, and you will be treated with suspicion.
It is going to take us some time to get to Aquaria.
Which we completely understand.
And secondly, what investigation?
They look at each other and say, you're aware of a gentleman named... What's he called? Idis Moran?
Oh, yes. Yeah, quiet fella. Yep.
Unfortunately, Mr. Moran was found deceased in the streets of Flamby last night. And we believe it was a homicide.
Oh, that's terrible.
I feel like we've been cheated of security here. When we came to the city, you said this stuff doesn't happen. Not you yourself, but other guards.
Yeah, you guys literally promised us that murders never happen.
They visibly squirm at this and say, we're completely aware of this, which is why we're taking such extra steps for security, such as asking your next destination and ensuring that all people now leaving the city will be followed up on.
Right.
There is a chance on. My friend Edmund is right. We are on our way to Aquaria, but as you know, that's a very long journey. We may end up stopping off on places along the way.
That's
So I
absolutely
wouldn't
fine.
want to.
Yeah, we're adventurers. You can literally see the five of us. We are geared up and ready to go. Who knows when a dragon could strike?
And again, we do appreciate that. It's simply a case of if anything were to happen, if it was to be that even a month from now you weren't in Aquaria, that would be treated suspicious, or any of the towns, villages, or hamlets on the way to Aquaria. Again, information does come back to Flamby, which I'm sure all of you do know. If information does come back, and this is for anybody leaving the city, it's not just for yourselves, we will be making a list of suspects. However, we're hoping in the coming days it won't need to be escalated to that. We're confident that we are closing in on whoever committed this crime.
Well, that's good to hear and reassuring.
Yeah, how did he die?
Were any of you spoken with by the guards this morning?
Yes.
We believe that Idas Moran was killed by a single knife wound. It perforated his kidney and his liver, and he bled to death in his home.
Oh dear.
Where did he live?
They kind of look at each other and they say, "We divulge such information if you had information or were willing to find information that would assist us in the investigation."
I've got to say, it does, and kind of quietly to the party, hopefully that the guards aren't really listening, this does seem a little bit dodgy. Poor chap was all mixed up, wasn't he? And now he's dead.
Well, I have a feeling if we head to the northeast, this may all be linked. I'm not sure.
I suppose was he part of the first lot that went out looking for this paladin?
From what information I could gather from him, I'm saying this in hushed whispers so the guards aren't listening.
That's fine.
Right,
Yep.
So, yep. Like from the information I got from him just last night, it seemed to be he did search for the paladin. I don't know what happened to put him in such a catatonic state, but
Well, should we just not maybe then just tell the guards that we're heading northeast, looking into what he was up to anyway?
actually bounty hunting, which is technically what that is, because we spoke to that chap Archie. There's nothing wrong with us heading northeast looking for this bounty.
But why would anyone want to kill this guy? He was, like you said, catatonic. So why kill someone who nobody would believe or who can't even really communicate?
Unless whatever it was he was saying was enough to cause those people a lot of trouble.
Don't you think we should go check out where he lives and see if there were any clues? Or do we want to just leave and see if the trail goes outside the city?
I think we should check it. I don't want to say it because I don't want to spend any further time.
I hear you.
Hellhole, but
yeah, and actually, if we stayed and looked, then come nightfall, we could go back to the Winding Market, see our Breadman friend again, maybe, and also maybe get me some weapons. That's a secondary thought. But...
That's a good shout. It's a good shout. If we are heading eventually to meet this paladin, it makes more sense for us all to be at our most
Edmund pulls out a deer stalker from his backpack and just says, "The game is afoot."
I don't understand what that reference is.
Seeing this, the guards say, "Mr. Geraldson, can we take it that you'd be willing to assist the investigation, as it were?"
Yes, I think we would, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Right,
yes.
Yeah. Funny, obviously.
Yes.
So they look at you all and say, "We know that information around here can be paid quite handsomely. Therefore," and they hand each of you 5 gold pieces.
Nice.
And both of them do that familiar, they put their fingers to their lips and say, "Your silence will be appreciated on the matter. If you do have any information, if you could relay it to us first."
When you say us, do you mean the guard in general or you specifically?
You too.
Any of the guards will do.
Okay, cool.
But what the other one says,
No,
but do ensure that they are official guards. We have heard rumours of some impersonators in the city.
as have
Absolutely.
we, and we believe we've encountered them. Is there any way to tell we're speaking to real guards? Do you have
They look at each other.
sigils or seals that you can show?
They don't say anything, but they both raise their finger to their lips again.
Okay.
Right.
One of
Okay,
them
I-
says
I-
to you,
I think-
if you're unsure, ask us what the symbol means.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going to
Just.
what it means?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Right.
What does it mean?
So when you ask them what does the symbol mean, they do it again. They lift their finger to their lips.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm going to write finger lips on my piece of paper, and I will definitely remember that next week.
And then Stuart's
Finger
Stuart's wife comes in. Why have you written down finger lips on this piece of paper? They're instructions, my dear.
Pretty hot. D&D got hot.
Okay, so they now assume that you're officially part of the investigation and say, if you'd like to return the carts, one of our guards will take you to what we believe were his last movements. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, sounds good.
Very good. I'll just call him over now. Detective Breadman! No, it's not.
Yes, it's me.
Okay, so I'd say, are we happy to return the carts back to where it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll say we do that, and then one of the guards says, if you don't like to follow me, and we head to the map. So, he
When
comes...
will this happen, by the way? Did we get a permit for because this is now officially being parked?
It seems that they simply assumed that you have a permit because you've been able to park there.
Okay. Fine.
Which we do. Wink, wink.
Yep.
So you head to the centre of the square, and it's quite a young guard with you, and he says, did any of you speak to him when he was in the Winking Cat?
Yes, I did.
Well, from what our sources tell us, we believe that he left the Winking Cat shortly after midnight, after last orders. We believe he stumbled through the main alleyways, and then if we head on to it, I've drawn it for you. What have I? Hold on. Can we see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Is it just showing one bit of line, not the whole thing?
Yeah, one black line that goes round the corner.
Oh.
Oh,
There,
hang on.
yeah.
Oh.
That's the rest of it.
So it says, we believe he came out here, and we have good information that he stumbled through down the main highway towards his home, down the main path, till about here. We believe he stumbled into this alleyway, and then came out again. Then we know that he turned the corner, went down the alleyway, and into his home. And that is where we found Mr. Moran deceased. So yeah, you can see he's taken this journey down the main way. They believe he went up, down an alleyway, and then down again. And then here. So, as we're walking down, you can see that, yeah, here's the Winking Cat. These seem to be like residential areas around here, all this red part.
Yeah.
Very residential. And then as you get to here where the yellow part is, the buildings become smaller and more bunched together. And they're not made of like the nice sanded and well carpented wood. These are more like shacks and shanties, and some are stacked precariously on top of each other. You can see that the alleyway that he stumbled down was very dark and cramped, and there's moisture and wetness. It could be anything.
Can I have just a kind of a look in that alleyway?
Yeah,
See if
do you
there's
want to
anything
make
that
an
shouts out at me?
investigation check, please?
Yeah.
Hey, help him out.
Yeah, so we'll have two of you make investigation checks, please.
Yeah. Cool. 11. I got.
11.
5. So I.
You step on the evidence.
So, so as you go in, you look, and yeah, it's very dark, even in the daytime. Just check something. Yep. And the moisture on when you get down and smell, yeah, it's a puddle of urine. So you deduce it's likely he stopped by this alleyway to take a piss before continuing on to his
Nice.
home. The guard says,
There we go.
"Have you spotted anything interesting?"
Edmund says, "Aye, looks like he went in here for a pee."
Yeah, that makes
So he
sense.
was probably not dying at that point.
No, still alive and peeing.
Yeah.
The guard, for something, looks quite melancholy at that. Like, even if he was just doing something as mundane as peeing, at least he was alive.
Oh.
As you're walking down here, yeah, the people here eye you with suspicion. There's not many guards here at all, actually. There's a very low guard presence, which is weird given that everywhere else had a really high guard presence. So you walk around the corner.
Edmund,
Yep.
can I ask the young guard about exactly why are there so few guards in this bit?
He says, well, and he talks in a hushed voice. This is Sneak Lane. And weirdly enough, this is one of the few places we can get information, given how dodgy everybody seems to be. But yeah, it takes a lot of coin to get information out of these lot. More coin than around the Orators Quarter. And they charge, well, in the thousands in some cases. But yeah, you gotta either know someone here or be trusted, or not be a guard, to be honest. But there's no point.
Right. Well, there we go.
So
Class war is real.
they head around the corner into this tiny thin alleyway, think like York Snickleway thin. And you come to like a tiny little courtyard, like washing hanging out. It's all cramped together, and it looks like Idis's home was up some rickety stairs. And you go in, and there's a couple of guards stood outside the door, and there's a couple of other guards still inside. And as you go in, you can see that Idis's body has been covered, but is still there. You can see this blanket with a big red stain at the top. In what looks like his house itself, looks like it was just one fairly sized room with a bed, a bookcase, desk, chair, and a small pot by the window that he probably used for cooking. So quite modest accommodation. With his body now laid across the floor. Guards say, "Whoa, what's the meaning of this?" And the young guard interrupts and says, "They'd be willing to help us. They've been paid already." And one of them recognises you, Edmund, and says, "Oh, right, well, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Mr. Jolson, it's a pleasure. Thank you for assisting us with our investigation."
Edmund kind of snaps off a tidy salute at them and says, "It's our pleasure, lads. Now give us the scene. We need to figure out what went down."
Say, "No problem. Well, as you can see, Mr. Moran here was stabbed sometime after midnight, we believe. It looks like it was just the one wound and he died rather quickly. Whoever attacked him escaped as quickly as they came. I don't know if my colleagues explained to you here, but folk around this part of the city aren't willing to talk about much, and when they are, they do charge an inordinate amount. We do have," he whispers to you, Edmund, "we do have some undercover operatives looking in some areas of this part of the city. But
Right,
you can
okay.
keep that down as well. We've not had any more information come back yet.
Right,
We're trying to determine a possible motive for a murder. We're trying to determine a possible culprit, but we really don't have anything. Despite what the other guards may have told you, our official stance to the public is we're narrowing things down, but we really don't have the first clue yet, I'm afraid.
Right, thank you, gentlemen. Well, we'll have a poke around, see what we can find out.
Very good. we'll leave you to it. We'll leave 2 guards stationed outside for your protection. Is that okay?
Of course.
Mhm.
Thank you. And this gentleman and the younger guard salute you, Edmund, nod to the rest of you, and they leave, leaving the 2 guards outside the doorway. So, what would we like to do?
If I may, I would like to CSI the heck out of the body, pull the feet back, and do a medicine check to see if I can tell if it is the stab wound that killed you.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Do a medicine check.
15.
15. So you slowly bring up the blanket, and it's actually it's stuck to the body a bit where the blood's coagulated. So you kind of have to Velcro tear it a bit as it comes up.
Right. Okay.
And you can see, you can see the dull, lifeless face of the rambling drunk man, and you can see, so the stab wound is on the right side of the body, where if you feel like the back right hand side of you where your kidney is. So it's gone in there. Being a healer, being used to wounds in war, and based on the weapons they were looking at with you, you can see why the guards didn't treat any of you guys with suspicion. It looks like he's been stabbed with a dagger, but not a regular sort of dagger, whereas most daggers seem to be quite pointed. This one has gone in almost like a curve.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So you'd assume that that's a very particular kind of dagger they've been stabbed with.
Okay. Edmund kind of does the CSI, runs everyone through this while he's going through the body. Right, so yeah, this curve up here, that's some sort of fancy dagger. No normal pointy one, this. Etc. etc.
Would any of us know if this? Olin will say, do any of us know if this kind of dagger is related to like a clan, a faction, a race, a group of people?
Somebody want to make a history
like
check?
Caecilius, it's not one of Merrin's or anything?
Would I know if it was something similar to what Merrin used?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. 16. From your experience, from what you know about Merrin,
Merrin is a collector of some antiquities, and you know that he's often been fond of imported weapons and things like that. However, the weapons that you know of that would be curved are things from like the desert countries to the southeast.
Night night, darling man. Sleepy time.
And those kind of weapons, you know for a fact, although Merrin collects them, they're purely decorative. You'd have to be some kind of amateur to be using a weapon like that as a murder weapon.
I relay this information.
Olin's just going to pull out her dagger and just double check.
So pull out your make an intelligence check with your dagger.
Okay, doke. 8.
All you can tell is it does the wound when you start adjusting it to the wound, and it doesn't look like a bit like when you're trying to put a jigsaw piece next to another one. You're like, I can't see any way that a dagger like mine would fit into a wound like that.
Phew. I didn't accidentally murder this guy. That's good. Sleep murdering, it happens, yeah.
So what would we like to do next?
Can we see how they got in? Did they just...
make an investigation check around... I'd say you'd have to go... Where would you like to see how they get it? How do you think they got it? What would you like
Is there a window?
There is, into the courtyard. If you make an investigation check there.
Yeah.
Go for it, to roll.
7.
7. The window's closed. It doesn't look like it's been opened for a while.
Okay.
Can Olin look around and use her knowledge of breaking and entering to see if there's another way in, or if there's...
I'd say make an for you all, and say make an investigation check with advantage.
Okie doke. 16. Did you say advantage?
Yes, because you're sneaky.
Yes. Then 16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
You get on your hands and knees and you go towards the only other place that could have been an entry, which is the doorway. And you can't really see... But hang on, what's that? And you think to put your nose towards it. And you can see there's the very, very faint outline of two sets of footprints. One you determine must have been Idis's. The other, probably not. But when you smell the footprint, both sets smell very faintly of urine.
Ooh. Like the same urine smell that we smell in the alleyway?
You're not sure if it's the same as the alleyway, but it definitely smells of very, very, again, at this point, very faintly of urine. So it looks like...
Okay, I'll...
It came from the doorway.
Sorry, go on. Alright, I'll just relay that to the group.
Just sounds like it's just Moran coming in here himself.
Hmm.
Can I...
Is there one upstairs? I'm sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, can I go check out the bookcase and see if there's anything useful on there?
Axe, if you
nice.
make an investigation check, please.
14.
14. There is a book which seems to have been the last thing that was put on the shelf. And when you pull it out, it says it's a very, very thin book, and it's about a village called Keelholm. Would you like to read it? Axe?
Sorry, yeah.
So yeah, it's a very, very thin book. When you open it, it actually looks like it's been written by someone else. It's not. This isn't a typical like printed book. This is something like a written account, and it talks of
like fanfic or
no, not necessarily. More like a history leaflet. And it describes a village. And when you see the map, yep, there is a village to the northeast from where Flamby is, near the mountains. It looks like it was a typical farmstead and then was abandoned years ago after being attacked by monsters from the mountain range. Since then, it's not really been inhabited, simply because no one's ever... There's been no real reason to clear it out. It holds no real economic purpose. It's not really a great place to live. Most of the people there... It says they went to the nearby places like Piscine, Coburn. They went over to Flamby as well. But yeah, there's when you're flicking through it, you see a piece of paper, and that piece of paper, there's a clear route someone has plotted from Flamby to what is now the abandoned village of Keelholm, which is Keelhaum.
Yeah, I'll tell the others what I found.
Okay.
Wow. Sounds like we might have somewhere we need to go and have a look at. If I was going to hole up somewhere, if there was a bounty on my head, an abandoned village would be a very good place to do such a thing.
Completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's kind of on our way.
Aye.
Perfect. Pete, you said that asked if there was an upstairs. So no, it's just the one room. So there's the bed. There's a bed. There's a chair. There's a pot that he clearly used to cook. There's a desk, and that's it. So it's a very modest.
Any windows, or just the door?
There's the one window that's closed that looks into the courtyard, which hasn't been opened for a while, but that's all you can see.
Okay.
Is there anything valuable around?
Make an investigation check. Actually, no, make a perception check.
Okay, well, I crit failed, and if that was like a general die roll, that would be... So even though I rolled for the wrong thing, I'll accept the crit fail.
So you're looking around, you're
Only
like,
fair.
yeah, you can see this guy lived, again, quite modestly, which if he was chasing a bounty, you can probably see why now. He's probably trying to make a better life for himself.
So there's no sign, well, I'm going to say no sign of forced entry, but I was going to say maybe he knew whoever killed him, but he wasn't really in a state to know whoever he was talking to anyway, was he?
Make an intelligence check, Stu.
Okay. Hang on. 6.
6. Yeah, no sign of forced entry. Whoever killed him, it looks like they just walked in and killed him.
Aye, from behind as well, if he's been stabbed up in the kidney and whatnot.
There you go. So yeah, I think you deduce that he's probably been stabbed from behind, if that's where he's been stabbed.
Got him from behind in his own.
Is there a trail of blood? Was he stabbed in here? Have we checked that yet?
Actually, that's a good point.
Make an investigation check around the body.
Guidance.
Hello.
Plus D4.
19 plus 4, 23.
19. So yeah, where you look, and you can see there's 2 trails of blood. There's one around the body itself, and then there's like a few splatters of blood right next to the body. So playing it out in your head, you're like, wow, okay, this guy came in, stabbed him, let the dagger drop for a bit, and that's where the second small pool of blood has come from. And then it looks like they just left. Literally,
Wow.
came in, stabbed, he died where he stood, and then they just left again.
Okay, well, I'll relay that to the group. And
Boy,
hmm.
it's cold.
I think our next lead is
Yeah.
just this potential safe house.
Aye.
Yeah.
Then, shall we pass on what we've discovered to the guards? We said we would.
Just before
Yeah.
we leave, is there anything on the desk?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
At 5.
5. There's a piece of paper.
Anything on it? Or is it literally just a piece of paper?
Mate, so you go over and you pick it up. This is what you find. Sorry, let me just change this. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry. So Emma, you should have now received what the piece of paper said. And it's up to you if you want to relay it to the group or keep it to yourself.
I would share what it said.
Go for it. Read it out.
Okay. So it's a list. So 1, we're going to take down the ponds. I managed to get the usual gang together. Johannes, the pointy-eared bastard. He calls me the lout when I call him that. Malcolm is coming along too. He could do with the coin as he's heard good things about some up-and-comer in the fight pits he wants to bet on. Crag joined last minute. The dwarf has an eye for an easy job, so I'm relieved he's with us. 2, the journey is going okay, but something about the weather towards the mountain is eerie. Even in bright sunshine, these clouds won't disappear. I swear I saw a pack of wolves run past us in the night, almost like they were getting away from something. 3, we've camped just outside Kielholm. Oh, however you pronounce that, sorry.
That's okay.
Not sure what to expect. We're saying out loud it's still an easy job, but I don't know. Now even the elf, never seen the elf or the dwarf this rattled. Weirdly, Malk seems the coolest, but maybe he's too dumb to realise. 4. They went. We went. And they went. They were gone, but then never coming back. They came back. 5. They came back. 6. They went and they came back. 7. They came back. They came back. I came back.
Ooh.
Okay then.
Mm.
A lot of information.
I'll also post it in here.
Awesome. Wow.
As you read that, Emma, you look at the back and there's an odd symbol drawn. It looks like a skull with smoke coming off of it. And that's it.
Do I recognise it? Or can I ask in general if anyone recognises it?
Make a religion check.
17.
Religion.
17. You've heard rumblings of some of the gods worshipped by odder types. And you remember hearing about a skull with smoke from a god called Morgian? They're said to be the god of disease and secrecy. Why such a symbol would be on what looks like a diary entry, you've no idea. But yeah, one of the more sinister gods that you're aware of. And you personally have never met anyone who worships this deity.
What deity was that, sorry?
Morgian, Morgion. They're the god of disease and secrecy.
Ugh. Oh no. Horrible god.
Would I have heard of... Anyway, no, I didn't do the check, so I wouldn't be looking at this, would I?
I imagine I would point it out and show the rest of you as well.
If you want to make an intelligence check, Pete.
If I'm wondering if it's something I've read about.
Yeah, go for it.
That would be an 11.
An 11. Yeah, you've heard of them, but again, even you haven't ever met anybody who would worship or even really be aware of Morgian in a mainstream sort of sense. They're kind of just written about.
Couldn't be that this paladin suddenly started following a god of disease and secrecy. It doesn't seem very paladin-y.
Things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Coming
Things-
from Greg
Things
there.
happened, you know.
I think we need to get us to the night market and then get to Keel Hall. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Cool. So it's still around midday, so I don't know where you guys want to spend the rest of your day until the night comes around.
Winking Cat.
Aye, let's go to the Winking Cat.
Well, should we ask to see if anybody knows of this symbol?
Oh, that's a good point.
Any rumory?
Around the Sneak Lane area, so a bit more.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, where would you like to go in Sneak Lane then?
A few streets down, I think, from where we are, so not too close to the actual murder scene, as it were. But
Tell you what,
off.
are you able to draw on the map roughly where you'd want to go?
Okay. I think if that's the main street, maybe over like here, or over somewhere like here.
Okay. I'd say we'll head.
Oh,
but
around.
not near here.
We could split up. Would it be more efficient to split up, and then we might scare people less if we are in smaller
true.
groups?
Yeah. Does
Big-
somebody
big
want
group
to
of
cover
5 people.
this square, and somebody want to cover this square? So we say the north and the south square. Who wants to go where?
I'll go north.
I'll go south.
I'll go to the southeast one.
Okay, well then we'll axe. Where do we want to go? North with Edmund, maybe?
Oh, I'll go grab.
And then we're kind of evenly split. Yeah.
Okay, so who's going south?
Yeah, okay.
Who's going south?
I'll go south of
Me.
Gragnar.
Yeah.
So Caecilius and Gragnar are going south.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, we'll start with Caecilius and Gragnar. So you go through, you come out. I mean, how much would you want to tell the guards on watch of what you've learned? Everything, a little bit.
I might as well tell them the lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
So you pass
Make
it
a
all
point
on.
of keeping the book and
Yeah.
the note, though. I'm not panning them over.
Okay. So what would you like to say? What reason would you like to say you're keeping the note in there?
To use in our investigations.
Yeah, they take that as
Essential
this.
evidence.
One of them takes out their coin purse and they hand you all another gold coin each, and say thank you for the information. We really appreciate it. They stay where they are and say we'll relay it to the rest of the guards. You're both going to explore Sneak Lane now. What do you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't check the real guards.
Very good.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What's that? What did you
We
say?
didn't. That's a good point.
What's that?
Oh,
They're
no,
not-
but they were the ones
that were
outside with us.
the door.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean they're real guards. Be a plan.
that's a fair point.
This is a world of magic.
What would you like to say to them?
What does the symbol mean?
They both raise their fingers to their lips, and then they nod. One piece of
And
advice.
new finger lips would pay dividend.
One piece of advice to you all, though. Try not to say you're with us, yeah?
Yeah, don't worry, we won't.
Yeah.
Good.
We're not really with you
I don't
anyway.
think that's going to help our cause at all.
Exactly. And they nod you on. Okay, so we'll start with the fellas in the south. So, again, no guards, not many people around. The people you do see are eyeing you all with suspicion. Does somebody want to make a perception check?
Yeah.
17.
17. As you're walking around, you spot a sign which has a familiar sounding name on. It's pointing down a little alleyway to a tiny little square. It says Django's. Zhango.
Oh. That was a name when we entered the city, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Mm.
about the magical carrots. They said go sell, check out Zangers.
Should we check out? Is this just in the south? Is it just me and Gragnar seeing
Just
it?
you and Gragnar for now.
Right, let's go to. Should we go to Django's?
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Okay.
You open the door, cling, 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 and it's the weirdest shop you've ever been in. There's no windows. It was wooden from the outside. Inside, all the walls are made of stone, and there's a few torches lighting up the whole thing. And you hear like a voice in the back say, "Ah, customers, yes, come in. And you see, almost stepping out of the shadows, is a humanoid figure with bright red skin and two symmetrical curved horns. It is a red tiefling, and he introduces himself.
Ooh.
Welcome to Django's. I am, of course, Django, producer, buyer, and seller of the finest magical wares this side of Marquisia. And may I ask, gentlemen, what your names are?
And Gragnar.
Talius.
Ah, Gragnar and Talius. A pleasure, I'm sure. Terrible business about Mr. Moran, is it not? I assume you've all heard.
We've heard rumours.
We've all heard rumors in this city, my boy. But nevertheless, are you here to buy or are you here to sell?
Just having a look around for the moment. What do you have?
Well,
What do you sell?
as I say, I sell some of the finest magical wares around. My stock is not completely there. I'm currently going through some inventory at the moment, but for now I have this. and he waves over a large glass case in front of him. And inside you can see there is a crossbow. There is some chainmail armor. There's a small ring, and the rest are all scrolls.
Can I have a look at the ring?
He says, "But of course." And he kind of clicks
What
his
is it?
thing.
Tell me more.
This, sir, is a ring of warmth. And I'm just going to remind myself what it does. Wearing this, you'll have resistance to any sort of cold or ice. It's very popular for venturers over to Frest, the Lake of Ice. In fact, a lot of expeditions will rarely ever go there without one of these on their person. Are you traveling east at any point?
We may. We're not sure yet.
Well, this would be the perfect accessory for you, sir. And you can see it's a small wooden ring with fur on the inside, and you imagine, wow, it'd be really comfortable to wear that.
And how much would one of these rings set me back?
For this ring, the small price, sir, of 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that's very, very rich.
Cheap! I know, I'm crazy, what am I thinking?
I'm cutting my own throat here.
Wow. And I'm guessing it's similar prices for some of these other items.
No, not all. The scrolls, I would say, are the cheapest items on offer. But as you know, as a magic man yourself, sir, and don't worry, I can always tell, scrolls are very good for a limited use. That's the price.
What scrolls have you got?
I have the scroll of dissonant whispers. I have a scroll of enemies abound. I have a scroll of infestation. And I have a scroll of locate objects, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
What's
Go ahead.
special about the chainmail?
Ah, you have a good eye, sir. Gragnar, was it? Yes, a warrior like you would definitely benefit from something like this. This, and he beckons to it, is made of the finest mithril. Think of your typical armor, and then add to it. It is lightweight, but much stronger than your iron or your steel that you find.
How much is that?
For this, again, a very cheap price, only 830 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll leave it for now.
Of course, we're not going anywhere.
Can I cast Detect Magic and see if he's telling the truth about these items?
Yeah, go for it. Let me just take a look at your spells. See what Detect Magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a feint or... Yep. Yeah, so... Oh, what was that? Yeah. So you cast Detect Magic, and yeah, everything in that case is magical. Like, completely magical. But you also get very, very faint hints of something behind him.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you have any help? Anything else, Django?
I do, but they're not of a magical nature. It depends what you intend to be doing. I have some holy water for sale, I have a healer's kit, and I have various other kits for the adventure on the go. A disguise kit, a forgery kit, a dice, playing cards, poisoner's kit, thieves' tools. It is Sneak Lane after all, sir, so your more suspicious customers can benefit from these.
Okay.
You may have other wares we could be interested in procuring from yourself.
Yes, we are in Flamby after all. I've
City of-
heard some rumours that I may assist you with, but of course you'll have to pass me some coin.
Completely. The Moran. case incident
Yes.
that you mentioned.
Of course.
May not have been 100% forthright with you, but we're incredibly interested in this and wondered what you can tell us about what you may have heard.
I will not charge you, my friend, for I genuinely do not know. The only things I've heard are, I imagine what you have heard. The poor gentleman was found dead this morning, and I believe they're saying it is a dagger of some sort. The guards have already visited myself to ask if I have anything of the sort on sale, or that I have sold recently, and unfortunately I have not.
Okay. And I describe the seal of Morgian, was it?
Yep.
Morgian? Yeah. I was like, can you tell us if this means anything to you, or anyone around here would know anything more about this?
He says, I'm afraid the only person who would know anything about that is myself. It's a dark symbol. A friend of mine was exploring something similar, actually. But he does not follow it, and neither do I. What would you want to know?
I just think it might be linked to some of the other goings on here.
I could tell you, sir, but I'm afraid it would be very expensive for me to pass on that information.
Who's this friend of yours?
20 gold pieces.
I look over to Gragnar and kind of do like a weighing up, like, is it worth it? It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. How about 15?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, not 20.
Oh,
Nat 20! 15 gold pieces. I like you both. I don't think you're here for malicious purposes. I will take 15. So, Gragnar, if you take 15 out of your...
I'll hand over, like, say, 7.
Okay, and Gragnar, if you give 8.
Yep.
Says, I have a friend. You will be shocked to learn. He is a blue tiefling named Orville. He did say he was procuring some items from an area near where things of that nature were occurring. Orville is my... Oh, how can I say this? He is my procurement assistant. If I need more magic items, he tends to go out and finds them for me, brings them into the city, and then sells them to me, and then I sell them on for a profit. He did say he had a good lead, and he mentioned that skull. I do not know why.
Do you know where we could find Orville? This has
yes.
to be included in the 15. We'd love a chat with him.
I do, but... Well, what do you want to discuss with him? He is a very close friend, and I'm not sure I want him getting caught up in all of this.
Just we want to find out more about... We're chasing a bounty.
Yes.
To cut this short, and we think murder's linked to it.
In what way?
Well, you know, information is not free.
You're right. How does he slides back 5 of the gold pieces? 5 sound.
Suppose we can tell you some of the information we know for that.
Seems reasonable.
Why do you think my good friend is possibly connected to a murder?
Not necessarily connected, but I think he may know more than even he knows about what's going on here. He may have helped procure something. He may know even more information to help with this, but I think he's definitely a person of note.
I can assure you, anything he has procured, I am fully aware of. There is nothing he has brought to me in the past 2 days which is in any way linked to this murder.
Where did you say he's getting these items from again?
I'm afraid that information I cannot disclose. Competition and all that. If I was to tell you, you might go, you might become my procurement assistant, and I would lose a very good friend and colleague.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Okay. Return to Gragnar. Again, I think we've got as much information as we can, but we may come back. Should we head to find the others and pass on what we found?
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you go,
Return back
gentlemen,
Oh, yes.
are you sure there's nothing magical you would like to say?
Oh! I pull out the stone that detects running water.
Ooh.
Oh,
Gone.
and what is this item, my friend?
It's a stone that detects running water.
He kind of gives you a bit of a cheeky look and says, "Oh, really? Would you mind showing me how it works?"
I look around for a picture and a...
He doesn't even... He knows immediately what you're doing, and from beneath his desk, he pulls out a pitcher of water and a glass, and he just stands there expectantly.
Okay, so I hold the stone in my left palm,
Yep.
grab the pitcher and just pour the water out
Yep.
into the glass.
So as you do that, two things happen simultaneously. The stone in front of you begins to glow a bright blue, and a drawer in a chest behind him begins to grow a bright blue. Yes, one of my favorite trinkets. I did not realize you were into pocket money. I have more if you like. I have a stone that lights up when it's windy. I have a stone that lights up when it snows. I mean, usually they're more for the children. You understand.
Would it be something you're interested in buying, or?
Let me think. And he opens the drawer, and you can see there's about 100 of these stones all in one.
It's a mood ring.
Okay.
Is there anything else, gentlemen?
I look at Ragnar. You got anything?
No, I think that's everything for now.
We may be back, but it has been an absolute pleasure to speak to you.
And a pleasure to speak to you too. Oh, one more thing. I am actually on the lookout for a particular item. If you could track it down for me.
If we come across it, yeah. Well, how can we help?
As it is the city of rumours, a new one has just come in. If you are able to procure me one magical cat, I will pay you handsomely for it.
Yes.
We may be able to help with that.
I'm looking forward to my friends.
Leave it with us.
See you soon.
Thank you. Goodbye. So you leave, and yeah, you're still
I do say
weirded
to
out.
Ragnar, just like, he's not going to know. He will know if the carrots aren't magical.
Yeah.
We've got to let them know that.
So that's okay. You leave and you turn around. You're like, how is his walls made of stone, but it's wood on the outside? Is magic, whatever. Up in the north, we go to Axe and Olin and Edmund, and yeah, these streets are a bit odder. You walk through the streets again, same as before, only the odd person out, all looking a bit suspiciously at you. No guards, no one's really talking. And you come across another inn. Not like the Winking Cat, which was like quite nice and quite clean and had a very inviting sign. This one looks like it has a sign that's been painted on by someone quite hastily. And it's called the Hooded Rat. What would you like to do?
Well, I suppose
Nice.
if we're looking for information, Hooded Rat's where it's going to be, isn't it? Though it seems odd that he travelled
guess
all the way
so.
all the way into town to drink when he had a house or a pub this close. But maybe they knew him, maybe they'd barred him. Let's go and ask him.
Cool. So you walk in,
Mm.
and it is the polar opposite of the Winking Cat, where the Winking Cat was hustle
Joke.
and bustle,
Mhm.
and people having a really good time. This one is very quiet, and it gets even quieter when you three step in. There's only a few people around, sat at different tables, and everyone is particularly giving a glaring eye towards Edmund and Axe. Olin, since you're still disguised as an average human woman, you seem to be free of these gazes. But Edmund, they're looking at you like they hate you. Axe, they're looking at you like they're disgusted by you.
Well, no respect for the uniform.
Okay, can I obvious? Then I'll just be like, can I like look at them dirtily as well, and then walk in and be like, "Your ale, please."
Yeah. So you walk in to the bartender. He goes, "Ale, Billy, 3 copper pieces."
Okay. So I'll hand him the 3 copper pieces.
And he kind of just, like, for some reason he had an ale prepared. It just appears from under the counter and he just bashes it down. There you are.
Great, thanks. Olin is not going to drink that.
Okay.
But she will. Can she fake drinking it?
Yeah, make a performance check.
Can I do deception instead?
No.
Okie doke.
No,
If you were telling him,
16.
I am drinking this. 16. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
fine.
managed to do what Kuzco does on the Emperor's New Groove, where you manage to, like, aim your mouth and neck such that it looks like you're drinking the ale, but it's actually splashing down past your neck onto the floor. And the barman is just looking at you the whole time and just goes, "Yeah," and then just walks off.
Okay, is there anyone else at the bar around me? How are Axe and Edmund being treated? What are they doing?
Everybody
Have they
make
cottoned on?
everybody make perception checks.
Right, hang on.
Ooh, only a 6.
I perceive the shit out of it.
19.
No, I'm not. 6.
6. Edmund, do you think everybody looking at you hates you? Olin, you can't really make eye contact with anyone. Every time you look at someone, they just look away. Axe, there's 2 things you notice in particular out of everybody in this room. One of the corners, you can see familiar shapes and pointed ears of 3 half-elves, but they're all wearing masks covering their mouth and nose. One of them is just slips below the nose. Nobody seems to really care that there are 3 half-elves sat with masks on, so you're probably thinking, okay, so dodgy people just come in here and be dodgy and nobody really bats an eyelid. And you also notice there's just a guy in one of the corners. He's like bald, he's got a jaw that sticks out, and he's just been staring at you the whole time, non-blinking, just like gurning and just not blinking and looking at you.
Me specifically, or all of us?
Just you. What would we like to do?
While we're considering options, Edmund
Yeah.
just kind of, since he can see he's, the people don't really like him very much, and he assumes it's because he's in the uniform, and I'm sure he's experienced that before. He just becomes all business. He's like, right, someone got murdered nearby. Anyone know anything about it? I've got money, can pay for information. What do you know? Come on, shout me some prices.
Make a perception check.
Perception check.
Yes, please.
Please be better. Oh, for God's sake, 7.
7. Everybody's avoiding eye contact with you. Nobody is really. It's almost like you didn't even speak.
I've done all I can.
While he's asking that, can I try and signal to Olin kind of the 2 corners that I've noticed, and people being, one staring, and then 3 half-elves?
So all in you spot, 3 half-elves in weird masks, and you see this one guy who's still staring at Axe, Hasn't moved. He's just got like a hand on his drink and is just gurningly staring at Axe.
Okay. Is this place busy? Are there like lots of spare seats, or
There's lots of
is
spare
there...
seats, yeah, everywhere.
Okay. So Olin's gonna walk over to this guy who's like gawking at the, at Axe, and say, "Is this seat taken? I'd quite like a drinking buddy after my day."
He goes, sit down if you want, yeah.
Okay, so Olin will sit down and be like, "So, what's the deal with that half-elf over there? Have you ever seen one of them before?"
He spits and says, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What's the bloody non-human, dirty half-elf like those three? And he points to the three in the half-mask. Well, that one. And he points to, there's a half-orc sat with a human. Or that one. And then you see there's another half-elf sat with another human on another table. So, it used to be you could come in here and it would be humans, and it was humans only, and we didn't have none of these. Didn't have none of these bloody half-breeds coming in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I heard recently that there was a guy who died around here, one of our kind, human. You don't think any of them had anything to do with it, do you?
Probably. You know what they're like. Probably all in on it, aren't they? It's anti-humanist. That's what it is. You know.
Yeah.
They're trying to replace us. They're trying to replace us.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Can Edmund hear this?
Yes.
Right, literally, just from across the room, you just shut up.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, excellent. Oh, fuck's sake, 5.
Not having a great evening for rolls, are we, Stu?
Literally, haven't rolled double figures all night.
So this guy looks and says, they've got you too. This is how they do it. It's going to be a race war. I tell you, it'll be the humans and then it'll be everyone else. That's what it'll be.
Okay, Olin's just going to like back away from this guy, obviously not with him anymore.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, can I head towards the half-elves? But not sit too close, but kind of...
Are they the half-elves that we saw before, if they're familiar?
Well, we only saw 2 before.
Yeah, but are the 2...
Make a perception check.
Familiar ones? Probably Axe, because you're the one who saw them. Oh no, wait, but you pointed them out to me, so should I also?
You can both do it, yeah?
Yep. Oh no, 6.
22.
Okay. Axe, you have never seen these half-elves before.
Half-elves look the same.
Well, and you remember what Urson and Gaspar were quite well to do, and you actually think, yeah, I'd probably be surprised if they were in a place like this. These 3 look young, considering they're half-elves. And they look like they're around the same age, but they're all dressed pretty similar, which is a bit weird. So, did you say you want to sit near them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sit down, and as you do, you notice they were whispering, and as soon as you sit down, they go, shh, shh, shh.
Were they whispering in Elvish or Common?
Make a perception check. Actually, no, you did 19 on the other one. Yeah. From what you could hear, they were whispering something, and it definitely sounded like Elvish. So they're definitely saying something that other tongues can't, except the other half-elf in the room, who is, he's all the way on the other side. But yeah, they were talking in Elvish. You couldn't make out what they were saying.
Can I mutter a comment about the guy in Elvish, kind of loud enough for them to hear, but not for anyone else?
So what would you like to say, sorry?
kind of a comment about the guy that's staring. It's like, well, pleasant patrons in here kind of idea.
One of them goes...
In
Elvish. Let's see. So I'd say one of them goes, don't worry, you get used to it after a while.
So you've been coming here a while then?
One of them, he turns to his other two friends and says, you could say that, we're residents of Flamby. What about you? Were you local?
Oh no, just passing through. But I mean, I'm not sure I want to be here. Not with all them. I heard there was a murder here last night.
They kind of look at each other and say, well, there's murders everywhere else. I'll admit it's rare for Flamby, but there you go. Besides, it was just some drunk human from what I hear.
True, at least it wasn't a half-elf. But I hear it's a bit funny. There was a weird symbol or something.
They kind of look a bit nervous and say, what kind of symbol?
I'm not entirely sure. It was something skull-related?
When you say that, they look visibly relieved. They say, oh, a skull. Oh, nope, we wouldn't know anything about that.
Relieved or kind of putting on a performance of being relieved?
Make an insight check.
Ooh, I got a crit.
Crit.
And so 21?
Okay.
I had a crit one.
Sure, the next crit you'll get, Stu, may be a negative.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got that, Emma?
Fail.
Double crit fail.
So yeah.
Dice jail.
Anything else you want to say to them, Emma? Emma?
I'm sorry, I was thinking
That's okay.
and making notes. I don't think so. I can't think of anything anyway.
Okay, they kind of look at you and say, will you be staying in the city long, friend?
Ooh, friend.
Yeah, potentially a bit. I might be back in here. I might see you around.
We would welcome the
And
company.
she winks.
The one elf who's been talking to you says, we would look forward to seeing you again.
To talk to some decent folk around here.
They all like chuckle and say, well, I don't know about decent, but sure.
I mean, compared to them, right? And kind of gesture over.
They say, well...
To the humans.
Yes,
Edmund just waves with a smile on his face.
it's not really...
I mean, I was thinking the bald guy, but sure, you two.
It's not really much of a competition, but... Yes, I suppose, compared to some, you would be most welcome company.
Good. Sorry, what were your names?
Yes, Simon.
They look to each other and then he says, I will give you my name for now. My name is Rake.
Rake or Rick? Sorry.
Rake. R-A-I-K.
Okay.
Cool. Nice to meet you. I'm Ilya.
Ilya. Ah. And they look at a maiden of the elves, I see.
Yeah.
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 The Elvish gave it away, but sure.
I don't know. Half elves can speak Elvish.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, sorry, I was assuming he still. Anyway.
They're referring to your name. So Ilya, Il means of the elves in this language.
Oh,
Nice coincidence.
phew.
Yes, very very nice coincidence.
Well,
I only realised the other day, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I probably would have actually known that. And
Yeah,
just
you
wanted
would have. You wouldn't have gone.
Rather than going, oh.
Cool.
Perfect. So
Great. Yeah, just before we leave and you know, shake off our boots and the dirt off this place, can Olin say to the bartender in the thieves' cant, like quite loudly, so that other people could overhear, be like, so, have you tried the bread from the market? With the bacon in?
the guy replies to you in thieves' cant and says, "If this is some kind of weird code, I don't know it."
Okay, then I'll just I'll say to him, do you know anything about the murder that happened nearby? And I'll slide him 2 silver pieces.
He slides him back and says, in thieves' cant, "There'll be 10 gold pieces in here."
But we help out each other.
Not in
Since
here,
we're-
we don't. 10 gold helps me out.
Okay, can I try and intimidate him and just be like,
Yeah.
if you take 10 gold for this, you'll regret it?
Make an intimidation check.
Okay, I rolled a 1. So
He says, "If I take 10 gold, I'll regret it." Yeah, you're right. 20 gold then.
Oh,
Okay.
consequences.
Okay, Ellen's just gonna sigh and walk away.
As you do that, so remember, so Olin, you suddenly recall who the guy pointed at. He pointed at a half-orc who was sat with a human. And he pointed at another half-elf who was sat with a bulky-looking human near the entrance in the corner.
Mm-hmm. Did any of them look my way when I talked very loudly in the thieves' cant?
The half-orc and the human did.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go and talk to them. Say, hello. Hey, you come here often?
They kind of look at you and go, "We don't come here often. Do you come here often?"
Is this still in thieves' camp?
Yeah, no. Very rarely. In fact, this is my first time, and it sucks.
Yeah. Heard all that commotion with that fellow. If it makes you feel any better, the half-orc says, he did the same thing to me when I came in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bad times.
Bad times.
Don't suppose either of you know anything about the murder that happened? I'm willing to pay.
They kind of shrug and say, "Yeah, again, it's our first time here, really, too." The human goes, "Yeah, I mean, they tried to pull me up for this," and he pulls out like an ice pick. It's like a very, very thin dagger. But, you know, I had nothing to do with it, so they let me go. What brought you to Flamby anyway?
Are you guys staying here for... we're just passing through, looking for bounty work, and the guards said they might pay for information about the murder.
Fair enough. Well, we're not sticking around for long. We're gonna head down to...
Where are you?
By myself. We're heading down to Pincel as soon as we can.
Great, well, maybe we'll head that way too. Who knows?
Oh, you guys heading there too? Are you interested in the?
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then he says, as one of the half orcs says, "Are you interested in the human elbows?" And goes, "Ah, okay.
In what? Sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, I did it on purpose."
Oh.
So that's
Okay.
knowing that you spoke in
Very
thieves.
effective.
Knowing that you spoke in thieves' cant, the half orc hushes down and says, "Look, you a gambler?"
I have dabbled. I have some playing cards with me.
Okay. What about the humans kind of like glaring at him? And the half orc goes, "Come on, she's not gonna grasp. You're not a snitch, are you?"
Nope, definitely not. Can I roll deception? Because I 100% am if I need to be.
Yeah, you can roll deception. Roll deception with disadvantage, because nope, definitely not is a rubbish line.
My lowest was a 15.
15, so they go, "Well, look, there's rumours down there at the coast, yeah? There's some prime fighting pits. And, well, let's just say, you see my friend down there? You want to place a bet with us. We're trying to make it so the outcome's in our favour, if you know what I mean."
Ah, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Well, maybe we'll see down there then. I mean, are they asking me to like place a bet if I go down there, or like bet now? What's?
It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll just say I'll make a bet if and when we're down there. I'll keep my eyes peeled for you.
So, right, well, remember, if you come down there, you ask for Trey and Crook. You hear?
Trey and Crook.
Trey and Crook. I'm Crook, the half orc. He's Trey, the human. And even if someone pays you, don't tell them about this, yeah? The more we know, the less we can earn. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually fair. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, great.
Hopefully see you on the coast. What was your name?
Yep. It was Olin.
Olin. We'll remember.
Cool. Well, maybe see you around then.
Yep. And then you notice Trey, he puts his fingers to his lips.
Oh, okay. All right.
Edmund,
Ah,
you've not done anything in a while. What's going on?
well, Edmund has been basically going to the rest of the patrons and go, "What do you know about the murder?
Okay. Okay.
Know anything about it?
Right. You
Man
go.
got killed.
So
surely."
let's say you're going around one by one. You go to the racist, who's obviously not complying. The three half elves essentially ignore you. You go over to the half orc and the human. Olin explains that they're passing through as well, so they know very little. And then you come to there's two. Now you've gone around. There's two more tables left. There's one with the half elf and the bulky human, and there's one with a skinny-looking lad. Who would you like to go to?
Let's go to skinny-looking lad first.
Okay, so you go over, and it's a bored-looking young human, and he's nursing whatever the heck is in his tankard. Not really paying attention to anything. He's kind of used to these surroundings.
Yeah. Edmund just sits down at his table,
Mm-hmm.
like directly opposite him, and goes, "Know anything about the murder?"
He kind of looks up to it and says, "Oh, I heard about that. No, I don't know anything about it. What happened?"
Some guy got murdered.
Oh. He goes, "That's terrifying, to be honest. Nobody gets... Well, you have heard of fights in Flamby, but never like a stabbing or a murder."
Right. Did you know him?
He shakes his head. "No, I mean, I'd heard the rumours. Apparently he was a drunk or something. He'd been babbling about... I don't know. still, just because he was a bit crazy doesn't mean he deserved to get killed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, I'm going to be complete in agreement trying to figure out what happened. That's why I'm here. So you definitely don't know anything then? And I slide a silver across the table.
He takes it and he says, "No, I definitely don't know anything. Sorry."
Can I do an insight check on that?
Yeah.
Right. We'll get to the bottom of this. 19. I know everything.
Okay.
You're back in the game.
Finally a high roll, yeah.
You know. I'll send you a message, Stu.
All right, cool. I'll have a look at that. Okay, Edmund looks at him and he just says, "Look, you might just... Were you about that night?"
He kind of looks a bit scared now and he says, I mean, I live round here. I live in Sneak Lane, but that's it. I can't help living here.
Well, I'm not saying anything about that, young man. Don't you worry. What I'm saying is, have you seen anyone out of place recently? I mean, obviously I can tell just from looking in here that you get some interesting sorts, but surely there's a type that lives around here and there's a type that visiting. Anything that pricked your mind, caught your notice?
No, I've only been back in town for a day or so. Just the usual. I mean, there's them, and he looks at the half-orc and the human that Owen was talking to, but I don't think they're doing anything. I mean, that guy had that ice pick, but the guard said it wasn't him.
Aye, right. I slide another silver across the table. Where have you been? You said you only got back yesterday.
Takes the silver and says, I've been out for work. Me and my boss, we're procurers.
Oh, aye. Where have you been procuring?
He kind of looks and says, boss won't let me say, competition and all that.
Oh, right. Okay. Who's your boss?
He says, look, you've given me 2 silver, but my boss would have to say a gold. It'd have to be a gold.
Alright, here's a gold.
My boss is Orville. He's well known around these parts. He works for Django.
Alright, okay. And where might I find this Orville?
As soon as you say that, the door opens and you just hear this big voice go, Rudy, my boy! And hello. Making friends, are we? Orville, pleasure to meet you. And Edmund Geraldson, well, I'll be. Rudy, rubbing shoulders with celebrities, I see. What seems to be the issue here? Ooh, I see there's coin. What rumours are we discussing?
Oh, nothing of import. You may have... Well, it's of serious import. Forget everything I just said. There's been a terrible murder, and me and my compatriots were trying to get to the bottom of it, and so obviously just asking a few questions, and you know what this city's like for information. Plus, this young man looked a bit down on his luck, so I thought I'd pay over the odds.
Always sorry, I leave him alone for what? Actually, how long has it been? Rudy goes, it's been an hour. An hour! Oh, Rudy, I am very sorry. No wonder you look so bored. Yes, been dealing with some inventory for dear old Django, I'm afraid. So what have we found out, gents? Anything salacious? Anything juicy, as it were?
Well, that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. I mean, you don't get more juicy than a man being dead, do we? We need to find out who did it.
Yes,
You've
I've
seen
heard.
anyone weird around these parts?
No, and believe me, if I had, I'd be rolling in the cash. Even in here in Sneak Lane, you'd think that this is where all the dodgy sorts, no offence, everyone kind of grimaces at him. And the old bald man goes, ugh, and this filth and all. And Orville goes, yes, then it's very nice to see you too, Mr. Bigot. Anyway, no, I've not heard a single thing. But I tell you what, if I did, no offence, gentlemen, you'd be the last people I'd be telling. I'd be going straight to the guards' quarters with information.
Oh, well, that's fair enough, I suppose. At least you'd be going to the guards and not keeping it to yourself.
Well, this is why it's so odd, don't you think? Information like that can sell for a lot to the guards, and yet we haven't got a single lead.
Oh, I see, of course. That's why no one will tell us anything. It's because it earns them too much money.
Or it
It's
could
very
be that they
frustrating.
genuinely don't know. I mean, yes, they're rough sorts around
How
here,
do you
but...
ever know, though?
Well,
How do you ever know?
the folk around here, they're stupid, but they're not that stupid. Any one of these people would know that if they'd committed a crime, there'd be someone else in this room who'd sell them out for it. Am I right? And everyone kind of goes, yeah, we probably would, yeah.
And Edmund turns to Axe and Oland and says, well, that means maybe then perhaps we are looking for someone who's not from town.
And Olin will be like, why is he talking to me?
Orville goes, ooh,
Come on,
that's
girls.
a good lead. Perhaps it's you two. And he points at the half-orc and the human. And they go, we've already told the guards it wasn't us. And Orville goes, yes, I know. I'm just trying to make a point. Perhaps it was one of you then. And he points at Edmund, Olin, and Axe individually.
I don't think it was me.
It'd be pretty daft to investigate our own crime, right?
Or could it be the perfect crime?
I was about to say, oh, could it be genius? But no, you're absolutely right. Yes.
I'm teasing. Of course, I know it wasn't you. But if you do find anything, well, I was going to say tell me, but because that would earn me money. But yes, do tell the guards as soon as possible. I'd hate for it to affect business of Django's, which in turn would affect my business, etc., etc.
Aye. Well. Well. I think I'm going to go and see this Django's then.
I highly recommend it. He should have some of my stock coming out soon. I've just brought in my latest shipment, so expect it on the shelves in the coming days. Now, Rudy, go on.
Anything special we should keep our eye out for?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I had a couple of enchanted rings in there, but I can't spoil it. If I start spreading that rumour, then Django might get inundated, and then he'd yell at me again, and then I'll lose the commission, blah, 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 blah. You'll have to see for yourself, I'm afraid. Rudy?
Thank you for being so helpful. If we want to find you again, where would we find you?
Ooh, that would be 5 gold pieces, my friend.
So
Information
if we've got
like
some
that.
information we want to sell you.
Well, what information do you have?
Oh, we might have future information, and we might need to then find you.
Well, you can always come here to the Hooded Rats. You can often find me and Rudy having a good old time here. Isn't that right, Rudy? And Rudy does not look enthusiastic.
Edmund kind of pats him on the shoulder and says, he's a good lad. Treat him well.
Oh, I know that, and I do, don't I, Rudy? And Rudy goes, yeah, he does. See. Now, gentlemen, and ladies, of course, I hope he hasn't bored you too much. Come along, Rudy. Good day. We will see you soon. Don't forget to visit Django. And with that, Rudy and Orville leave the pub. Is there anything else you two would like to do? 3 would like to do?
I think I've exhausted all possible leads.
Yeah, same. Olin will walk out as though she was still never with the other 2.
Okay. So the average-looking human
Edward
walks out.
shouts, wait up! just doesn't get it.
Could I roll my eyes at that? Like, how did you not get what she was doing and then follow out?
So all three of you leave the pub and you bump into Ragnar and Caecilius. Ragnar and Caecilius, you have just seen Orville and Rudy leave the pub. Orville's looking pretty cheery. Rudy's looking like he's trying to put everything together that's just been said to him.
As I see Orville attack Ragnar on the shoulder, it's bloody Orville, and I run up to him, ignoring the others at this point.
Okay. Hello, am I a celebrity all of a sudden? Who are you?
Hi, name's Talius. I've actually just been contacting, went to Django's place, and
I do assume that all tieflings know each other, is that right?
No.
I'm teasing. Yes, he speaks highly of me. What has Django told you?
Rumours, more than anything. But I believe you're a man of the world, and you may have some information that would be potentially valuable to us.
Okay. What information would that be?
What can you tell us about... I'm going to say this wrong. Morgan?
And he looks at you and says, I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, dear sir. Now, me and Rudy really must be off.
You broke up a bit.
Sorry, he says, I really don't know what you're talking about, but me and Rudy really must be off. Goodbye.
Can I do a perception check on that to see if he's lying?
An insight check.
That would be perception. Insight.
Yes, you may.
16.
16. We are doing insight checks now. So, Pete, you should have received that message.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
So what would you like to do?
I head back to the others, keeping a close eye on where Orville's going. And I go, he knows something. I say to everyone else, he knows something about Morgan. And I think Orville's a lead.
Well, I think the lad with him, I think that lad knows more than he's letting on, but it's just a feeling I'm getting. Nothing, I don't think he's bad. I just think he knows something and it's scaring him.
Yeah. I think, Orville knows about Morgan and some. I don't know if he's directly involved or he's been dealing in these wares, which maybe something to do with the blade, but I'm not too sure how we proceed. What are our thoughts?
Would it be worth seeing where he goes?
Yeah, I think we should follow him.
Do you want me to roll stealth again?
Good.
Yeah.
It worked well last time.
Whoever wants to follow, do
It's
a stealth
parkour
roll.
time.
Yeah,
Edwin's
I will
gonna
also
hang
follow.
back because his armor is too clunky. And he
Yep.
Yeah, I will also not follow because
I'm not going to be very stealthy, so I think...
I rolled 26, so...
Okay.
19.
19. So the two
Pretty much
half-elves,
invisible.
managed to, and luckily Sneak Lane is very true to its word. Because of how thin the alleyways are and the amount of corners, you can very easily slip and slide and hide. You follow them both and you find that they head to a house, so I'm just going to the map here. So just out of the Sneak Lane area and right into the main residential area. That seems to be where the two of them live. And you watch as Orville hurries Rudy into what you presume to be their house, which is on the ground floor. What would you like to do?
Do you want to keep watching? I'll go.
What,
to
he goes
the
into
other-
his house?
So they've both gone into what you presume
Yeah,
to be
okay.
their house.
That works.
Okay, so who's keeping watch?
Me. Olin.
Okay. And Emma, you're doing.
Tell the others, so like where we've gone, where he lives.
Okay. So Emma, you head back and you say, yep, here is where Orville and Rudy live.
Yeah.
Olin, make a
And
perception check.
can Olin go close to the window?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Yeah. Oh no. Crit fail.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh,
Kinda
you
like
can-
the end of the night.
Oh, you can only hear muffled voices. Orville sounds a bit concerned. Rudy sounds a bit confused and nervous, but you cannot make any words out.
Okie doke.
That's what we'd like to do now.
Well, might as well knock on the door. What else can I do? I mean,
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I mean, a few other things, but sure.
Nope, she's knocking on the door.
I mean,
Done now. You knock on the door.
I mean, what can I do? I mean,
And then you
Try
hear.
and
I can't perceive anything. I could just stay and wait, or I could knock on the door and then give you guys a second chance to overhear things.
Okay. Okay, so yep. So you knock on the door, and you hear Orville kind of go. Hello, random woman. To what do I owe
Yes.
this pleasure?
I, a random human woman,
Yes.
just wanted to ask you if you too are a follower of Morgan.
He kind of looks to left and right and says, "You were just with them, weren't you?"
I might have overheard you talking to them and thought I might have found a kindred spirit.
He looks visibly annoyed and says, "You think I am a follower of a god of disease?"
I was told to come to this part of town to find fellow followers.
By whom?
Okay, I lied. I am trying to find followers to get to the root of this murder. Will you help me if you also despise Morgan?
I have no feelings for or against a god that's worshipped by nobody, that hasn't existed for years and years. Now, if there's nothing else, I'd like to be left alone, please. Good day. And he closes the door.
Oh man. Okay, I'll hold off fighting him until you guys get here.
Okay, so I
It's really
say
hard to resist. Though.
the rest of the party arrive. What is up? What is that? What do we want to do next?
I'm just gonna be very clear that I have ruined my this average human woman disguise needs to end now for me. So
Okay. do you want to drop the disguise?
he might recognize. Yeah, I'll drop the disguise.
Okay, so I'd say you ruffle
Fake
up your
teeth
hair.
come out.
Yeah, your ears go
Yeah.
back to being pointed, and the old Olin returns.
Yeah, so
Oh.
someone else might want to lead because I really want to stab the guy.
Right.
Well, I think he knows more than he's letting on.
Definitely.
But
He also says, and I'll pass on what he said about the god not being worshipped by anyone, and him
So-
being neither.
I don't know if he's
Interesting.
directly involved in the murder, but I think he definitely knows something. And I honestly I don't know what.
Mm.
He knows something, and I think Edmund, you're right. That Rudy,
Mm.
he knows more than he's letting on.
Right.
Mm.
Would he be an easier route in?
Does someone need to distract
Yeah, get
the guy?
out there, and we can talk to Rudy.
Mm. Why don't I try and sell him some magic carrots while you guys try and corner Rudy? Maybe Caecilius could help me convince him that the magic carrots are magic?
I could give it a go.
He is
So
a
maybe-
procurer of magic items, I suppose.
Yeah, so we could go down that route.
So what we kind of confront
Door-to-door sales.
door-to-door sales, and then where the others going
Alright.
round the back.
Round the back.
Oh God! All right, I'm not very good at sneaking. But I'll try.
Edmund, maybe you want to take off some of that heavy, clanky armor.
But then I won't have my armor on.
Yeah, we'll fake like we're selling it.
Okay, so who's going up front? Who's going round back?
And are you taking your armor, Edmund?
I'm going around the back,
Olin,
and
I've
I'll
got a
do it
thing.
as best as I can.
you're the sneakiest among us.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be wasted on the door-to-door sales end of the distraction thing. I think you need to go around the back with the others.
That's a very good point.
I am
And I'm
also
not
quite
very-
good at deception. And Edmund is particularly bad at deception.
Oh, very. And anything sneaky, really. Yeah.
I mean,
anything
Edmund. Maybe Edmund should sit this
subtlety.
one out.
I'll tell you what. I'll go stand over here. Have a cigarette.
Well, if you want that to be the game plan.
Yeah, and then as soon as anyone gets wounded, just give me a shout. I'll come and stab people and heal stuff. That's what I do.
Okay, so who's going where?
Is there like an alleyway at the side of the house? Or...
There's an alleyway, to the left-hand side of the house.
Yeah. I will kind of hover at the end of the alleyway.
Okay, so I'm just gonna see if we can draw this out. So we've got. This is the house. We've got the alleyway here. So who's at the front of the house? Who's knocking on the door?
Yeah, who do we want? I'm happy to sneak or to deceive.
So
Ax, what are your...
So Gragnar, you'll be
What's
hovering.
your deception like?
Gragnar will be here
My
hovering.
deception is.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just saying my deception's terrible. My sneak's better.
Oh yeah, charisma.
Charisma is terrible.
Your deception's what, Pete?
I'm charisma based, so I'll
okay
stick to
then.
the front.
So
I
actually, Ax could be with you, or do you want to just sell them by yourself? You probably.
I think
Oh, you're going to need a beautiful carrot assistant. That's what you're going to need to model the carrots.
Yeah, actually, he'll recognise you, won't he? We need to
Well,
disguise
yeah.
you. Can I disguise him? I should be able to disguise you with my disguise kit.
You want to disguise who?
Paint over all those tats. Can I see this?
Yeah. I'd say use a dexterity modifier, a dexterity check to disguise. What do you want to
Okey-doke.
disguise him as?
Oh, a human who is not covered in tattoos and looks different to him,
Okay.
so he doesn't
Now
have to play a
wears
particular
glasses.
role. Yeah, he wears glasses now and has a moustache.
Okay.
But I only rolled an 11, so
Okay.
wonky moustache.
Yeah. So you managed to.
but
Yeah.
I'm sure Caecilius helped me, so
You do.
so maybe I got advantage on that.
No, you do a convincing-looking moustache. you managed to make Caecilius look like he has a moustache. So anybody looking at him who has
It's
seen
not
him,
like I was going for a difficult disguise.
yeah,
He's still a human, just looks different.
yeah, it looks like he's got a convincing moustache now. Whether that is enough to convince them there's somebody else, you'll have to find out.
It's not like I had a beard beforehand, but that's fine.
I have a beard and a moustache.
Okay, so hold on. So we've got Gragnar here hanging about the left-hand side of the alleyway.
Edmund
Edmund
also
is
in
sat-
the alleyway because he literally cannot help.
Edmund is stood over here, just chilling. Who's going to the front? We've got Caecilius and who else? Just Caecilius?
I think Olin's going to have to be able to do the gab here.
Okay,
sell some
and then
carrots
is
and
that
stuff,
Axe going round the back?
Yeah.
Okay, Axe round the back.
Okay, before Edmund wanders off, he just touches Caecilius on the shoulder
Mhm.
and casts guidance just for that one bit of deception that you might need it for.
Cool.
So just once, you've got a D4 that you can choose to spend in the next hour.
Okie
no,
dokie.
minute.
So we just need to
Minute, I'll
distract
double
him as long as possible while the three of you, are you going to go and try and get some sense out of Rudy?
Maybe Edmund could
It's,
stand, come down the alley so he's nearby, because obviously he's already talked to you, and you were
Yeah.
kind of getting on.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah,
there,
I-
but not
That's
sneaking.
worthwhile. Mm.
Yeah.
So Edmund, where does everyone want to go?
Okay.
Am I just in the alleyway with Ragnar?
So we have
Into the alley, but not
Mm.
sneaking towards the house.
No, just kind of hanging around in the alley. Just even
Okay.
if he sees me, I can go hello.
Yep. Okay.
So is the plan to kidnap Rudy and bring him to the alleyway? Are we just going to try and
Just
persuade him
gonna-
to come to the alley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then I.
Although we're
and
not.
then- Yeah.
I'm not ruling out kidnapping, but hopefully he'll come willing.
No, I mean, hopefully no intimidation, but we'll.
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Even Gragnar's like, yeah, if it comes down to it.
Roll for chloroform.
Okay.
Right.
Who's rolling a stealth check then? Is it just Axe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
Axe just rolls a stealth check, please. Actually, no. Axe, Gragnar, and Edmund roll stealth checks.
Mm, mm.
If one of you crit fails, this plan's already gone.
I think me and Edmund have both got disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm completely at disadvantage.
I got 15.
Okay, 15.
Annoyingly, my first was a nat 20, but I got a 4 on my disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh.
Edmund.
It's not as a 9. It's not as bad as it could have been.
Okay.
The clunking of plate and chain around the side of the house.
You all take your places. You have no idea what's happening inside. What do you want to do next?
Should we knock on the door? Oh,
Yep.
Okay. You knock on the door. There's no answer.
Oh! I put my ear to the door.
Make
Can I hear anything going on inside?
a perception check.
I'll be really quiet to help him so he can have maybe advantage, maybe DM.
No, because he's listening through a
12?
door. A
Always
12.
worth a try.
You can hear muffled voices. You can hear something like, no, it will be them again. No. Just head. Go, 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 go. That's all you hear.
Okay, can I try and open the door? Really quietly.
The door is locked.
Can I try and pick the lock?
Yes, you can. Use your thieves' tools, which is what, sleight of hand with
Yep.
efficiency?
26.
26.
Ooh.
You open the door. Just as you see Orville about to open his own back door. He hasn't heard or seen you yet.
The others are about to
Do we know they're...
around that
Yeah.
door.
They're at that back door, aren't they?
Is there anything you want to do just before he opens it?
Yes. Can I see this?
Yes.
Or is it
Mhm.
just... right. I'm going to cast prestidigitation and make like a small, the noise of like a book falling over behind him.
Okay. Boom. Turns
And I'm
around.
going to pull out a carrot.
Okay. He turns with Rudy and says, "What do you two think you're doing? Who are you? Why are you holding a carrot?"
This is no ordinary carrot. This is a magic carrot.
Broken.
He's looking at you like you're there's two unstable people at his front door who have broken in and waving a carrot at him. He says,
We hear you're a procure. Oh, sorry. Go on.
"No, you go on, actually."
Okay.
While Olin is saying this, I close the door behind us.
He opens the back door a little bit more from behind.
Okay.
Is this Rudy opening the door? Or
No, this is
opening
Orville.
the door?
He's
And,
kind of
and Rudy's with him.
yeah, he's covering Rudy with one arm and then using his other arm to slowly open the back door and says, "We're going to leave now. We won't call the guards if you leave right now."
I promise you this is worth your time.
Yeah.
Make a
We,
persuasion check.
Both of us, or just me?
No, just Caecilius. You would get disadvantage, Olin.
Don't
Gosh
forget
darn
the
it!
plus D4.
Gosh darn it! Gosh darn it!
Could have been a 25.
Okay.
With guidance, do you roll it after you've rolled, or do you have to say you're using guidance beforehand?
Does it matter? You got a
roll it-
21.
roll
You got a
it
20.
afterwards.
Does it matter? I mean, roll it anyway. Roll the d4. Roll
Does
the
the job.
Roll the
No, I'm not using my
d4.
guidance. I can keep it with 21.
Okay. He kind of looks at Rudy, who looks a bit concerned. And Orville closes the door. Right. What is so important that you feel the need to break into my home?
You must have heard the rumours about
Of the magic carrots, yes. What do they do? Come on.
Well, it'll cost you.
Will it? And then he looks at the carrot, and you see him.
Do something, Caecilius.
You see him.
Text magic.
Yeah, he
I
starts.
only have offensive spells.
He starts moving his fingers, and he starts muttering under his breath. And he says, "Right, that's an ordinary carrot." But then he looks at
While
you.
he says that,
Yeah.
I cast Mage Hand and make the carrot float.
Okay. He says, "That's a magic carrot, and you just cast a spell to make it move."
Okay, well, you can't blame us for trying. Basically, we have the goods, but we just wanted to check whether you were actually, a good procurer. Because our magic carrots are hidden because they're so valuable.
And what do they do?
They give you strength.
Make a persuasion check.
I hope you
20, not
Ah, come on. Okay, let's say you have magic carrots that give people strength. Well, how much would you like for them?
Well, I think that 10 gold per carrot isn't unreasonable.
And how many carrots do you have?
10.
100 gold pieces for carrots. Would you take 80 gold pieces?
90.
90 it is. Well, we have a deal. Goodbye. And he tries to open the back door.
Wait.
To leave.
Half
What?
now. Half now. Half when we deliver.
He looks at you and says, I can make a persuasion check. Make another one.
Oh no. Crit fail.
He looks at you and says,
Why?
how about the full price when I see you and I don't call the guards on breaking and entering?
Pete, do you have anything to add?
Blow his head up.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull out my dagger and I'll say, listen, we need information.
He folds his hands and says,
Come
are
on.
you absolutely mad? You'd be
I
caught
call
in an
at
instant.
this point. I shout out for the others, like, come in!
I would have thought that we potentially might have heard and opened the door.
Yeah,
to get me
okay.
out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
already
okay.
open. Yeah,
Yeah, potentially. So can I just open the door?
Yep.
and try and yank Rudy.
I beg your pardon.
Going straight to kidnap.
Yeah,
Not that
I mean,
kind of
absolutely.
game, Emma.
It turns out we were the nonce all along.
Emma, make a. It's up to you. Dexterity or sleight of hand check to subtly come in and grab Rudy.
Is this while...
The same. So
Show us on the doll, Rudy.
21.
21. Okay, so
Yes.
let me hold on. Okay, yeah, you rolled a 4 in perception. So as and you've pulled out the dagger, Olin. Okay, so as Orville is now focusing on the dagger, focusing on the danger, he does not notice as Axe subtly comes in, grabs Rudy by the mouth,
I mean, I was gonna talk to him and ask him to come, but sure, we'll go with that. But I'm just gonna cover his mouth and drag him out the door.
Well, because you're trying to grab him out, you've grabbed him by the mouth, you've dragged him out the door. Orville has not noticed and is now staring at the dagger and says, "What is the meaning of this? She'll be caught in an instant. You're still in Flamby, for crying out loud."
We're just desperate people.
Desperate for what? What do you want from me?
At this point, how far has Rudy got?
Axe, where are you taking him?
Ali, like down to where Edmund is, so that we can.
Okay, so I'd say yeah. So, yeah, okay. Fine. But for now, I'd say yeah. Olin and Caecilius, the more pressing matter is yeah. What do you want from Orville?
We want your money.
No, this is no robbery. You said you wanted information. What is it you want from me?
I think we may already have it. And I cast Mage Hand again, and I shut the door. That was the back one.
The back door was already shut.
Oh, after Axe left.
What? Yeah,
Because then they leave with Rudy through the back door.
Go away. Sorry, Laura was telling me. What? Tell me it's my bedtime. Okay, so yeah, the back door was already shut. What did you want us to do, Caecilius?
Oh, if that's the case, then I think we've got what we've come for.
Yeah, but we need to distract him.
Yeah,
Orville
says
Eldritch Blast to something to the left of him.
Okay.
You know, to blow up a bookcase or something. Is there something around me that I can just blast a load of energy at?
I'd say to the left, you could probably blow up. Well, you'd hit the back door.
To the right.
Laura, we're trying to play Dungeons and Dragons. Stop singing. Yeah, I'd say yeah. Roll to attack for the back door. It would have to be the back door.
10. 10 hits, I think.
He accidentally hits.
I'd say.
him.
Oh yeah, I'd say roll for damage.
Oh god, what am I damaging? 11.
The house goes up.
11. You hit the back door, and the back door blows off. Orville kind of jumps and realizes Rudy isn't there, and then sees the broken back door, and then goes to look to see if Rudy is in the back, and has bit hit.
I'm gonna bolt at this point and nudge Olin to follow me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, you both
And then
bolt.
we run out the front.
You hit.
Are you sure we shouldn't hold him back? Because he detected magic. So he clearly can do some stuff. We don't know how capable he is. And if he's a procurer, he'll be capable of something.
I think if we cause him any actual harm, we'd be in more risk than we just need information from Rudy. We just need to bolt.
Let's leg it. Yeah.
Okay, so you come out, you see that Rudy is now with Axe and Edmund and Ragnar in the alleyway. What would you all like to do?
Can I pick Rudy up?
Yes,
yeah. Make a strength check.
7.
7. Rudy is.
He's very thin.
Yeah. No, Rudy is struggling. He's still got his mouth covered by Axe, but yeah, he is struggling to get through the grasp, and yeah, he's a bit too wriggly for you to pick up, Ragnar.
Can I try
At this point, Edmund just shouts, "What the hell is going on?"
It's like, can we ask Rudy? He's like, I'm really sorry about this, but we need some information about Morgan, or whatever it was. That's not the name. Can you just come with us, and then we won't do you any harm. We'll let you go after that.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, that's gonna go well.
Guidance.
I got a crit, so 19.
Okay, Rudy
nice.
looks at you with kind of fearful eyes, but he starts kind of nodding enthusiastically. He's like, I have no idea what's going to go on. There's 5 of them, there's 1 of me. Sure. So wherever you want to take him, you can now take him. Where would you like to go?
Back to the apartment?
Back to the apartment?
If he's cooperating,
Yeah.
Well, say again?
was going to say, if he's cooperating, like he's not like over Gragnar's shoulder, let's take him back to the apartment.
Okay. Is that where we want to go?
But do we still have the apartment?
Yeah, we never left, right?
Yeah, we only stayed there last night. It's only like lunchtime. Be read.
True. Okay, let's go.
The cleaners may be there, but it's...
Yeah.
We
Late
could get that one
checkout.
as well.
Okay. So you head back to the apartments. As you're leaving, you get a glimpse of Orville looking at the dust and smoke of the blown down back door, going, Rudy, where are you? Are you okay? He doesn't see you leave.
He actually cares for him.
And you hurry back. As it's getting midday, the streets are getting a bit busier. You manage to slip through. You see the pairs of guards who are much too busy, still questioning people to pay attention. You see some running in the direction of where the sound of a back door being blown down was. And you make your way back to the apartments. You head up the stairs in the square to the 2 rooms that you would all rented the night before. As you walk down the corridor, you notice something. You had 2 rooms. The room on the right, the door is fine. The room on the left, there now stands in front of it 2 soldiers in full dress.
Oh no!
Garb.
I lied to them.
In full dress
They're no longer
garb,
disguised.
with big silver helmets with a falcon on one and a cat on the other.
Oh, these are the fancy guards for the posh noble bloke who's here.
Ah.
And that is where we'll pick up next week.
Oh no! We've encountered Sir Fancy. Wasn't he an earl or something, or a duke? A visiting.
I think he was a duke. Duke of Cretchington.
Oh, that's it. Well noted, sir. Well
So
noted.
we've caused damage in a city which doesn't have crime. We've
Yep.
kidnapped someone.
In the city that does not have crime.
Yep. He came willingly after we already kidnapped him.
So is it a kidnapping if he comes willingly?
Is it Stockholm syndrome? Yeah.
They'll call it Flamby syndrome after this.
Yeah.
Hey lad, read this book. It's right good.
What did they do? What did they do to you?
Oh.
Well, first, a half-elf, she grabbed me in my private place, and then they made me read erotic literature about elves too. I don't know why, but it was all specifically erotic and specifically about elves.
Because we're going undercover, we're going to find that nonce.
That's right. So if Axe is the elf, then I guess that makes Rudy the maid.
That seems to be, and it would, if a trial does occur, there is very damning evidence. Could it be, Miss Axilya, that you were trying to recreate these fantasies for yourself with the young boy? That'll be the next one. It'll be an entire Dungeons and Dragons court case with nothing but persuasion, deception, and intimidation rolls. But brilliant. And now she asks, how young is he? It won't hold up in court, I'm afraid.
Wait, I didn't ask. That was. Yeah.
And did you know he was 13? Well, I never asked. And he never said. Oh, it's legal.
Yeah.
He came willingly after we persuaded him.
After we coerced him with violence.
No, it's okay. It was Flamby. We gave him money, so it's not going well.
Oh, this has been a reet giggle this evening, folks.
Yeah,
Thank
real
Yeah.
good. From what I originally intended to be like a gritty detective noir became a carry-on film very quickly.
Brilliant.
Right.
I'm glad we stayed to investigate, though.
You know what? I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is the first one I've recorded.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how well it does. Right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we'll pick up next week to find out what these
Thanks,
guards are
everyone.
doing and
Indeed.
what
Good night,
becomes of
folks.
poor Rudy. Good night and thank you. God bless.
Good night.
See you next
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.